time.
Welcome, baseball fans. Welcome, YouTube family, the Sorgy Squad. We are here with you for another edition of Sunday Night Baseball. And this is a special one, little bud.
Yeah, at the Little League World Series in Williamsport, PA, Red Sox, Orioles.
They're playing maybe 2.5 hours from the home base here in Philadelphia. And I'm watching right now on the screen. They are actually throwing the first pitch with a bunch of different little leaguers who had like a first pitch chain from center field out to first base.
Sounds like some Olympic torch stuff.
Yeah, or to the home plate, I should say. It's just really special stuff. Thank you for joining us both live and on the replay as you're watching. Chime in with us. Tell us where you're watching, and we will be beside you as sort of the second screen as we talk about this amazingly special yearly tradition that they have here with Little League Baseball, where they have Sunday Night Baseball and some of the best baseball players in the world playing a game with these little leaguers watching.
Yeah, right there. We see Wally the Green Monster.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool mascot.
That's cool. And it's so cool to see major leaguers smiling, happy to see this scene.
Yeah.
Happy to see the fact that you've got all these kids who look up to them. And if you're watching the game, watch the game along with watching us. It's on ESPN. And you're going to see wide-eyed kids, just like I imagine you would be if you were in this kind of situation.
Yeah. But what was I about to say? I can't think. There are two viewers watching. What's up? So actually, I remember now.
Yep.
I gotta grab my tablet real quick, my iPad, so I can communicate with Nick the Legend in case anyone is messing around in the chat, because our moderator doesn't mess around.
Fantastic. If you want to also maybe see if there's a AA battery that we can grab to take care of this mouse, a little practical note that we're taking care of for you here. No, not a mouse running around the floor. We've dealt with enough of that when it comes to the basement here of the house in examples before, but I think we've got that solved. But this is such a special thing. That is, just don't worry about that. Just go get the, yeah, thanks a lot.
No problem.
Thank you. But this is just such a cool atmosphere that they set up. Major League Baseball has been doing more of these sort of destination, special type of setting games than they used to do. For example, and we'll get into this with the kid when he comes back. John Jansen joining us. Hi guys, thoughts on Brewers trading Hader? As a Cardinals fan, you're surprisingly happy he is out of the National League Central. I'll be the one to do the discussion here while the kid is gone. That way he doesn't have to endure that discussion, because very frankly, it was a heartbreaking day for him. Josh Hader was one of his favorite players. It was also something where, I mean, he was the Brewers' best reliever, best pitcher in a lot of different ways. But if you really think about it, in July, he gave up 13 runs in 8 1/3 innings with the Brewers in his final month with the team. And then beyond that, now in San Diego, he's hurt the Padres so much that he's not the closer.
True.
There's something more going on than we know when it comes to Josh Hader. And we've got to get that answer. In the meantime, I actually have to head upstairs myself to take care of something.
Right.
I will be right back.
So we're putting back and forth. Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Got it. Okay, save the copyright. Save the copyright. Sorry. That was when I put Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John plays whenever Nick the Legend, our moderator, texts me. Phillies lose 10-9 to the Mets. Tough day for Phillies fans. I gotta figure out how to get that. Hold on. Okay, we got half one fixed. what we're attempting to do is have a mouse to use, so I don't have to get up for every comment. John, I heard Daddy already say hello to you, but how are you doing? Oh, there we go. Now we can work. All right, to the 3 watching. Anthony joining you now. Okay. So I need to turn notifications on silent on here as well. Keep this all good. So, yeah. Make sure to leave that comment over there. Yeah, over there. Everyone, we're just kind of hanging out watching some baseball. To everyone, maybe coming up from Golden Blue as soon as he's finished. So, hope you're doing well. I know Joey was filling in for GVD today. Trying to figure this out. Almost got it. Okay, we're all good. We should be all good now. Had more technical difficulties while you were gone. John.
I was on the disabled list for a second, but I think we're back in okay.
So essentially what happened is it went out on this feed, so I moved to this feed, but I was muted on this feed, so I had to go back to this feed.
And Sling went out.
Yeah, I think I remember it went out for a second. Yeah, I know.
Life's getting crazy around here in many different ways, but we're okay.
Yes, John.
We're okay.
We
appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Should we use the MLB colors or the Sorgy Stories colors?
Sorgy Stories colors.
I
stay on brand.
See, I have all the different brands set up for us. I want to make sure that we're all good.
Nice. So, right. What was the take on Josh Hader?
Oh, Hader. I didn't actually have a take on Hader.
Okay, because for me, it was basically he's not performing well. He's not performing very well at all. And it's been the entire last couple of months, really. He just became a dad very recently.
Yeah, that's true. And then got traded.
Right. But again, his problems were before he was traded. And so I'm beginning to wonder whether it's a complication in terms of their child and their health, or if it's something with another aspect of his life.
We're having glitching problems here.
Okay. Fortunately.
Yes. So I apologize.
I mean, don't worry about the signal unless it goes out. Just that there's more going on with Josh Hader. Definitely some sort of issue that hasn't come to public light. And it's something that perhaps deserves to stay private with Josh Hader and his family. And that's okay if it is. if it is something within his family and their child's recent birth, etc., and we're not supposed to know about it, that's fine. That's private to them. But there's something more going on. And I don't think we're necessarily in a spot where we can or should judge what's wrong with Josh here. All right, we're looking at the screen.
What should I do with it?
We're seeing this, just throw it out.
All right. We have this old battery then.
After the broadcast.
I'm sorry.
We're staying on. We need to stay on and focus on the people, not focus on the things that are. So,
sorry, this was a little bit of a time crunch, so we're just trying to
it's okay.
I'm trying to get
We'll
this
deal
in.
with it.
All
We'll
right,
be okay.
We're good.
So, in the meantime, I'm looking at this scene right now. This little baseball park in the small town of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, with just a bunch of houses around there. And maybe seats 5,000 people. And they're playing a baseball game there. A Major League Baseball game there. We're playing a Major League Baseball game there, Bruce. And the fact these kids get to take part in that is just awesome. It's special. It's really, really special.
Agreed.
All right, now I'm going to need your help in terms of identifying some of these guys because I don't follow the Red Sox and the Orioles that much. We were in Baltimore to see the Brewers play the Orioles. Go check that video out on our channel. Definitely go check that out. That was our experience there, our journey with Just Call Me Annie, a big Orioles and Ravens fan from Baltimore who we've become friends with. She's an absolute class act of a human being. Absolutely. But the idea of a scene like this, where you've got 5,000 people, a huge chunk of whom are just the kids themselves.
Oh, that only it's 5,000.
If that. If that.
For some reason, I thought it was like 15.
There's a much bigger stadium in the complex, I think.
There is?
I think. There's no way that place seats 15,000. As we were talking earlier, John, you mentioned the Field of Dreams game. I didn't get a chance to watch that game because it's on a weeknight. And with my current work schedule, I work weeknights.
Yeah. I caught highlights.
Yeah. But you'll notice that they're now playing games. Major League Baseball has set up games in Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the kids. At the Field of Dreams in Iowa.
I got it.
Which, you've got those contests happening. You've got these games that are being played in London, year in London. They played some regular season games. I remember the Dodgers at a destination location.
London.
Yeah.
At this point.
No.
Okay.
I'll double check it.
Yeah.
But yeah, our internet's fine.
Okay, because I'm getting messages like people can't understand us. So.
You mean people like are messaging you privately?
Yeah, I got them. We'll figure it out.
Yes, we will.
We need to figure something out. I don't know what's going on.
And we're getting kicked off of Sling.
Yeah.
At this moment, so we're having issues there.
Let us know if you can hear us.
Yeah, just tell us if you can hear us well. I apologize for these technical issues. As a matter of fact, that's what I'll do. I'm going to cut down on some of the streams that, like the actual YouTube page, and we're going to be using our StreamYard page to manage this. And hopefully we'll be okay, because the less we have streaming, the better. But when you have so many signals. Now, again, back to the ball. Right into where a batch of kids wearing orange are.
Here, I'm just gonna put this in the chat.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. Rushman. Rookie. Uh,
Oregon State, so his color scheme never had to change.
Yeah.
The catcher for the Orioles.
What?
Now,
There.
now we'll talk to you on the daddy stream as a temporary solution. How can you hear us well? Let us know how well you can hear us.
Should I try to reload this?
Let's see. You try.
Okay, so I'm gonna just exit this one.
All right. How well can you hear us? Tell us. Okay, you can hear us. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Happy Hodag. How are things in Green Bay? Were you at the preseason game that most recently was there?
That we won.
Yes, that we did.
20-10 pack.
I think we may need to use this as our regular computer now, at least for the moment today. At least for the moment.
Yeah, I'm reloading my computer and going back into the.
Oh, wow.
They're gonna call him safe.
That could have been a double play.
And that's Luis Urias' brother Ramon.
Mm-hmm. Who? Up.
Oh, he's out.
He is out now. Was that a mistake or what is that? Was that just the ump realizing a mistake or what was that?
I don't know. They're gonna discuss it.
I bet these kids probably know a heck of a lot more.
Let's get the replay.
Oh, one, great job. Oh, wait a minute. Look at the kids' reactions. Look at the kids' reactions.
Yelling, ow! It looks
Like,
fun.
wow. Now, Happy Hodag, you mentioned when you're talking about the Packers preseason game, you couldn't go, but you were happy about what happened. I can tell you, too, that the situation involving Jordan Love, this guy has a lot of growth to do. From what we've seen, he has grown pretty well this preseason, but he's still not completing a whole heck of a lot of a good percentage of his passes. He's not accurate.
Camp was good for him, but preseason hasn't gone.
Right.
Okay, I think I got this fixed.
Okay, let's give it a shot. And how
okay.
And I think we've solved our problem. We're going to use this one
Yep,
for the remainder of the show. And that happened at the very same time that Sling went kaput again.
Again, third time. Okay, this is terrible.
We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by. We have technical problem. Van Liegenstadt. Anyone know what language that is? Tell us. Nope.
Afrikaans.
Nope. We have technical problem. Van Liegenstadt.
Russian.
Nope.
Swedish.
Ding, 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 ding.
O's lineup today: Mullins, Rutschman, Santander, Mountcastle, Stowers, Urias, Hayes, Odor, and McPhail.
Nice. Now, can y'all hear us at this moment?
Y'all? Did you say y'all?
I just said y'all.
Wow.
This is called my wife being a Southerner affecting me.
And I say y'all all the time.
Even as you're Midwesterner living in the East Coast. I love it.
I'll say y'all. I would be like, how y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually it's actually like something I commonly say.
Can give a little audio.
1, 2, 1,
test
2.
here.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
All right. Now, I apologize that you've had to deal with the technical difficulties that we're currently experiencing. But
we're good.
We are good. We are good audio-wise. All right. We brought up the subject of where you want to watch a game, a major league game that's not in a current major league stadium. My list. Tell us where you'd love to see your team play that's not like a place where they would normally play in a league game. It could be baseball, it could be any sport. Or like even a concert at a place that you never expect. Something like that. Tell us. Like I think about when in a preseason game.
Single.
Who is okay? We gotta fix this. Who's watching this game on another device?
No.
Somebody is.
No, he's not.
Do you have ESPN on upstairs?
I'll go back up there.
Yeah. Check your Sling.
I never exited the app. I just
that may be our problem.
I just turned the
You have to exit the app and turn it off, I think.
Okay.
Now, on that note, we were talking about in 2008, the Dodgers played the Boston Red Sox, the defending world champions, in a preseason game at the L.A. Memorial Coliseum. The Los Angeles Coliseum, the place where they first played when they moved to Los Angeles in 1958. That stadium had not hosted a baseball game since 1961. They played 4 years in that place. Oh, what? That was a botched, otherwise beautiful sliding catch in left field. Fan made a spectacular attempt at a sliding catch, but it bounced off his glove, bounced off his bare hand, and fell to the ground. Oh, it missed his glove. It hit him in the chest. Oh, number one, that's got to hurt. Number two, that's got to hurt your psyche. Oh, man. Now, getting back to the Coliseum, which we were talking about, that was a weird place for baseball because left field, the fences were only about 250 feet. And they put up a 42-foot clear plastic screen all the way down the left field, or in the left field stands, if you will, so people could see the game through the screen. And you had a lot of guys got some real cheap home runs because of it. It was a great home run park for that reason. And they could get crowds of 100,000 people for baseball there. And they got crowds of over 90,000 for some games. It was maniacal. It wasn't made for baseball, but they made it work temporarily while they built Dodger Stadium. And in 2008, they brought a game back just to test it. Oh, Toll Road, where's Anthony? He's fixing a technical problem right now for us, an issue with Sling. So he'll be back in a minute. But imagine Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale pitching. My guess is their ERAs were not as good as Baltimore's about to take a 1-0 lead on a single right up the middle. And what I love about this is you got Santander with the RBI single. What I love about it is the reactions of the kids who are little leaguers who are at this game. Just spectacular. So I'm going to go change the graphic on this for a minute. Now, just imagine playing in this crazy non-baseball like structure. And a fly ball. That's going to be the first out of the inning, and runners advance to third base, first and third. But this crazy setting. Home runs aplenty. But some of the seats were so far away that Vince Scully actually, you could hear his voice all over the stands because fans would bring transistor radios. Fans would bring transistor radios to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, Toll Road. That's what we were talking about when the Dodgers played there their first 4 years before they moved to Dodger Stadium. And they played a preseason game there, an exhibition game, spring training game in 2008, the Dodgers against the Boston Red Sox. You had 110,000 people show up. 110,000 for a preseason game, for a spring training baseball game.
What's up, Paul? I'm right here. We're on the secondary feed.
Now, what are the kids all eating there?
Some ice cream.
Look like some sort of mega-sized Dippin' Dots, as is very appropriate at this hour of the night, because they need to stay awake. We have a story about that.
Yeah, we do. About that Marquette WV. Hey, Toll.
Hey, Toll. Back in 2012, the last time that Marquette played at West Virginia in the Big East, my wife and I, Anana Mommy and I, decided we were going to take you at age 2.5. Mm-hmm. Because, of course, I'm a Marquette University alumnus. And your mommy, my wife,
from West Virginia,
is from West Virginia. When they played back in the old Big East basketball conference.
Hey, what up? Sorry.
That's okay.
That's my boy Andrew. What's up, Andrew?
Andrew.
Your grandma's about to be playing Pokemon. You got your grandma playing Pokemon. Good job, Andrew.
So we go to this game, and it's on the West Virginia campus on their home arena. So I'm, of course, wearing the visiting team stuff. Got a few people joking with me, but it was all good.
West Virginians are nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're from Pitt. Now, the game was a 9 o'clock tip-off, nationally televised on ESPN on a Friday night. So they had to schedule the game when most people could watch. Excuse me. Where you could get the window for the broadcast. So they played it on Friday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Well, you'd been up since like 7:30, and you're 2.5 years old.
I'm up earlier than that now.
Yeah, but when you're that age, you need a lot more sleep.
I know.
And we were concerned, even though you had a nap or two that day, we were concerned you were not going to be able to stay awake for the game. M&Ms are a very handy tool.
I love M&Ms.
In such situations.
M&Ms are some of the best candy.
He was fed M&Ms before tip-off. So like the 8:30 range of the night.
Really smart decision.
For you to be able to watch the game, yes. Mm-hmm. For getting him back to sleep, another question. That's a totally other question. That was the latest night I think you've ever had.
No, it wasn't.
Like 2. And like from midnight on, you were bouncing off walls.
Like the latest I think I've stayed up recently, I went to bed like a month ago at about 12:30 and trying to record podcasts.
Before our drive to Milwaukee.
Oh, we can reveal that? Well, I guess we put it on Twitter, so yeah.
Yeah.
But all my audio got corrupted. So everyone, if you like college football, planning on next week posting episodes. But a second edition of what I was supposed to.
The Nick and Anthony podcast. Check it out on
Spotify. Or simpler, because it's kind of hard to find Nick and Anthony podcast. Just go to anchor.fm/Stories. That'll get you where you need to go.
Of course, as an employee of Odyssey, I must say, get all the great Odyssey podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. Or I am an employee of Odyssey, as KYWB's rated. Now, that said, we talked about the LA Coliseum. I would love to see a game there just because I want to see a sporting event there. Other places that aren't regular major league locations that I would want to catch a game.
Field of Dreams, too.
Well, yeah. I mean, the ones that they currently have, like Field of Dreams, Williamsport. I'd love to check those out.
London.
Check out major league games there. London, I'm not necessarily as thrilled about as it would be to watch. Yeah, that went through the 5-hole, and we got another run scored for the Orioles, the improving Baltimore Orioles, 2-0.
So if they play games there, yes.
By far, if they play games in Cooperstown, so they've got to set that up at some point. They've got to set that up at some point.
Man, I like what the Urias family is setting up. Oh, that's an Orioles, bro.
Oh, shoot. You know what? I've got this reversed.
Yeah, you do.
Because the Orioles are actually the home team.
Oh, I was putting
it, yeah.
I was just putting it, I just put rain, I didn't know who to put because I thought this was a neutral site.
Technically an Orioles home game.
Okay. Usually I got it right.
Now, that said, London, I think I'm more excited about seeing the NFL over there than I would be about baseball. One, because they're taking away 2 games versus just 1. And 2, I think there's just not as much excitement in that part of the world for the game as there is for the NFL.
Yeah. Maybe like Monterey, San Juan, where they play those.
They have played some games in San Juan, Puerto Rico, in Monterrey, Mexico.
Yeah.
I do love the idea of the game of Cooperstown Toll Road. I love that idea. Now, with that, they actually used to have. Oh, wow. The Red Sox pitcher
Let's play by Devers.
had his face over his, or had the glove over his face like this as he was walking off the mound and walking toward the dugout. And I'm trying to understand why.
Maybe because he gave up 2 runs.
It's not that he's giving up 2 runs. It's that there's so much. It's like there's a lot of emotion. Like he's feeling some sort of emotion that isn't normal.
Toll, I want to see the MLB in Tokyo whenever they go back.
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. Head out to not just see Japanese baseball, but yeah, to see some major league games in Tokyo. That'd be fun.
They played Ace Mariners there, spring training one.
The one place I would love to see it, and I would love to see it as a reflection of an improved relationship between the countries, as well as
Real TV. Roll Tide.
How you doing? I'd love to see a game and some major league games played in Havana, Cuba.
Yes.
They love baseball there.
Yeah.
I know that they're trying a little bit to more democratize the society there. And I think if and when that would happen, 10,000% play that game there.
Oh, another one. Dominican Republic.
That would be amazingly cool as well.
Just all those baseball countries, like obviously with everything going on right now, it would be hard to do Venezuela.
Right.
But the countries that, love baseball and produce a lot of MLB talent, taking the MLB there can do a lot of good things for the game.
By far. I think I'm more into that than sort of the vacation destination type things like London.
Yeah.
Or if they play games in Honolulu.
I'd actually like that. That'd be kind of fun. Baseball in Hawaii.
It'd be fun to go to a game there. I remember, trivia question. 1968-69. Who was their play-by-play voice?
Who?
Of the Hawaii Islanders in the minors.
Denny Matthews.
Al Michaels.
Really?
Al Michaels.
So I wasn't too far off.
Yeah, not completely.
Just trying to think of a random baseball announcer.
Yep. And who was actually a play-by-play guy before that in Hawaii, I believe. I could be wrong on this, but I read this.
John Miller?
Harry Callis. Harry Callis. Richie Ashburn here at the Phillies take it on the New York Mets.
Man, we got a 4-man booth now.
Yep.
Carl Ravitch. Go ahead.
Carl Ravitch.
Rob
Manfred. You've got. Okay, I should know who's on the left.
Okay, so former President George.
Oh, I know that.
And Eduardo Perez.
That's what I forgot.
Al Michaels was with the Reds, Charles.
That's right.
Sure.
I believe he went from the Hawaii Islanders to the Reds to the Giants, and then the Giants directly to ABC. But another little trivia question on Al Michaels told. We all know that he called the Miracle on Ice. When was his first Olympics? He called the Miracle on Ice in 1980. But when did he call his first Olympics? And I know all this because I geeked out on Vince Scully, obviously, after his passing. And so dived into all these videos about these great broadcasters.
Oh, also, the Real TV. We're going to be live for the Backyard Brawl, September 1st. I will be with a good friend of mine, Stat Cheat Sports, who has a great YouTube channel. Mainly covering college football, but all sorts of stuff. So that will be our first. So I just thought for this college football audience, Toll Road.
All right.
That's what I was thinking about.
Not sure. Montreal?
That was my guess.
Nope.
Can I guess?
Sure.
The other 1980 Olympics.
Nope. Because that was after Lake Placid. Moscow's after Lake Placid.
Oh, yeah, true. What was the other 76?
Nope.
72.
The 1972 Winter Olympics on his first go-round at NBC. He did hockey. And they had no one on the staff who could do hockey at the time. So they just found someone who'd done a few hockey games and was like, we can take him and we don't have to worry about taking someone who would not be able to get off the broadcast of their regular NHL broadcasts.
Yeah.
So they brought Al Michaels to Sapporo, Japan to do play-by-play of hockey for NBC in the Sapporo, Japan Olympics in 72. I would love to find video of Al Michaels doing hockey. Now, that same year, in Toll Road, you probably know this, he actually called the first two games of the World Series on NBC with Kurt Gowdy.
Oh, also, it's kind of weird watching. I think in the background we see Secret Service agents.
Sure.
Protecting the former president.
Those guys in the dark navy blue sport coats and khakis.
Yeah.
There are always Secret Service agents around the president, as there have to be.
I just see a guy. That's kind of funny.
And don't forget, George W. Bush is not just a former president, he's a former major league owner.
That's true.
Because he owned the Texas Rangers before he became president in 2000.
That's true. Toll saying 72 was almost a great World Series.
It was extremely close when they the Reds took on the Oakland A's, and it went to Game 7, and Oakland won it in Cincinnati. Your Reds got there 3 years later in what may have been the greatest World Series ever. I mean, I'd say 2001, Arizona and the Yankees probably tops it, but not by much.
I think I'd actually take the one with Mazeroski.
The 1960 World Series, the Pirates beating the
walk-off grand slam.
The Yankees. It wasn't walk-off grand slam, it was just walk-off homer.
I thought it was walk-off grand slam.
No.
Oh, walk-off homer then.
No.
You don't see that. Well, then I guess I could also say Joe Carter.
That only went 6 games.
Oh, true. That's the only walk-off in a Game 7, right?
I believe so.
Oh, Toll, your Bengals were playing. Fun fact of the day.
To recast the game here.
So many Hall of Famers in the 72 series. Very true, Toll.
Oh my gosh. You're talking about everybody from Reggie Jackson and Raleigh Fingers to Johnny Bench, Tony Perez. He's all of Famer, I think, right? Joe Morgan. Just an insane amount of talent in that World Series. But the 75 World Series was even better. And not just because Toll, your Reds won it. It was because it was so insanely competitive. 2-0 Baltimore winning, by the way, if you don't know yet. It is in the second inning as we speak. But that World Series, we all, or so many of us know about Game 6, but for those who don't know about Game 6, Cincinnati had a 3-2 lead. That game was nip and tuck the whole way. The Reds had a lead going into the 8th inning. Little used Bernie Carbo smashes a home run to the deepest part of center field at Fenway Park, ties it up. You had a couple of spectacular defensive plays in the 9th, and I want to say the 11th inning. One by Cincinnati, one by Boston, that kept the game going.
There he is. It only took me a text to Nick saying all I had to do was text Nick, Toll is here, or Toll's in the chat, and he comes.
I assume that's a message to Toll.
Yes.
Nice. The legend, Nick the legend.
Yeah, I had to, I was like, I was like, yeah, it's about time that Nick comes in here. Let me tell him 12, and that'll get him here. I'm
Now,
like, I need our moderator here in case something happens.
now, you get to game 6, the 12th inning. Carlton Fisk is up against a pitcher who statistically was not made for the moment. He was already, like, I want to say, way over his pitch count in a bad matchup, and he just gave up a bomb to Carlton Fisk in the 12th inning that stayed fair right down the line and sent that game to game 7. That game 6 lasted like 4 hours, nationally televised, and some call it the game that saved baseball. Some call that game the game that saved baseball.
I think Nick's saying that he's been binge watching.
Oh, thank you.
No, I think Nick's saying that. I think Nick is saying.
Been watching Toll?
Yeah.
Toll, you should thank the man. Thank the legend.
That's what he's saying. Toll also.
Well, binge watch us too.
Also, another thing.
Toll's very binge watchable.
I'll probably be putting it out. I'll probably put it out. What the heck? I'm gonna put it out now. You can join our fantasy football league, Nick and Anthony podcast league.
As we segue back and forth with the story about the 1975 World Series.
I just was thinking about this. I'm like, I need, now that Nick is here, Nick and I are both in it.
While you set that up, I'll tell the rest of the story. But it went to game 7. That game saved baseball. Like 80 million people watched that game. 80 million. Oh, you're the man, Nick. You're the man.
Of course you do, Nick.
Appreciate it. But that game got America excited about baseball again, especially after it had been so long since the Red Sox scored a run while we were spouting off about the Red Sox in the 1975 World Series. But that kept the sport alive in a lot of ways and renewed an interest in the sport, unlike interest that had been around for maybe 20 years. So you go to game 7, and that was just as close. It didn't go to extras, but it was just super close. 3-3 in the 9th inning. Joe Morgan with the series clinching base hit.
There you go, everyone. So we're going to be playing PPR, points per reception, with, I'll tell you how it's going to be set up. QB, running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, a defense/special teams, a kicker, as well as 8 bench spots and 4 hours.
You know what would be ridiculously fun?
What?
If you can convince Steven and Andy to join that.
That would be interesting.
Just to see how they would do. 2 complete non-sports fans. Going to take care of that. And Toll giving us the info, not getting Ken Griffey Sr.
Yes.
With that run that won the World Series in 1975 for the Cincinnati Reds. That game was so beloved, and that series was so beloved, that game 6 in Boston. And just how much they were so revered in a city that hadn't won a World Series. And yes, told Stephen and Andy probably would win that one. But that 75 team was so revered in Boston that Johnny Bench used to joke that the Boston Red Sox won that World Series 3-4. And it's true in a lot of ways, but it's what competition should be. 2 fantastic teams going at it. Only one can win, but both gain respect. It's a lot of what I think, for example, that Super Bowl was this past year with the Rams and the Bengals.
Yeah.
You had 2 great teams. Only one can win it. And I think the right team won it in terms of overall talent.
Told your Bengals. Actually, I won't say anything because I don't want to spoil the Nick and Anthony podcast NFL predictions. Just thinking about that. All right.
But there will be NFL predictions coming.
Yeah, there will in a couple weeks. Before the season, week before the season.
So that 75 World Series special, but I'd still put 2001 Arizona Yankees above it, including the moment when that same President George W. Bush, just a month after 9/11, with the fears of the world on his shoulders. And I'd say the same thing regardless of whether it's a Republican or a Democrat in the office at that time. I mean, he went out with no one to protect him, delivered a perfect first pitch before Game 3 in New York. And that was a special moment. You had 2 walk-offs in Games 4 and 5, where the Yankees tied it in the 9th, won it in the 10th. And then, of course, that amazing Game 7, where the Diamondbacks walked it off and won a World Series. And they, I think, were clearly a better baseball team that year. So the right team won it. But I think the stories of that World Series were just so special. So special. Gotta ask, since we're watching Baltimore against Boston, Little League Baseball surrounding this game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, during the Little League World Series. Admittedly, neither one of us, played Little League.
I played rec league. Is that close enough?
Close. You play Little League? Tell us your experiences, your memories. Your great Little League baseball memories. It is such a cool thing.
So we have fantasy football and NFL Pick'Em, and I'm just going to put them all in one link and then pin them all together.
Yep.
So then people coming in and out can see it. And then we have college Pick'Em, because, I'm a college football fan. Got to give some love to the college football community. Got to give some love to my people over there. Oh, this is too long of a comment.
There are character limits.
All right, here.
There are character limits. You were the best toll road. Maybe not. That's how I would have easily been. That's how I would have been at the time. Now we got some Monday Night Football preseason style, which means not worth watching.
Falcons, Jets.
Especially because it's the Jets. We will all. They dropped the apple. They dropped the ball in Times Square in solidarity with the New York Jets. The great Charlie Barons, whom I am kicking myself that we did not see when we were in Milwaukee.
You were like in his neighborhood.
Close, yeah. We did not see when we were in Milwaukee on our week there. A spectacular trip. We're not going to give stuff away.
A lot of videos.
Lou, I think like 9 videos that we shot there.
Oh, also, participate in the poll I just set up. Who wins tonight? O's and SOX.
We already have 1 vote for the O's. Is that from Just Call Me Annie? You watching out there? Just Call Me Annie?
Let's see. Is anyone else live? Oh, a lot of people are live tonight. Okay. One movie finished up a little bit ago. So I'm glad I don't have to worry about any. I'm a moderator on a channel, and the other day I was the only. This guy has 10,000 subscribers, and I was the only mod on there.
We found Golden Blue Dude before he had as many subscribers as we have.
Yeah, I was there like pre-1K.
Yep, we both were.
At 850.
I think I'm only 2.
Yeah, you were the one who showed it to me. But I've been in a college football community, a whole bunch of college football fans for like over a year. And we're finally actually like hopefully gonna be. Yes, they did. Sweet.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Did Albert hit another home run?
I mean, that's what, even as Brewers fans, whom we want to win the division title over you, we would love to see Albert Pujols get to Babe Ruth.
Yes, I'd love to see it. That means he has to hit a home run like every game, though.
Yeah, so it won't happen this year, but...
Yeah, but he's retiring.
Exactly.
So
but, I especially just want to... I would love to see him get to 700.
Yeah, get to 700.
And how long many years has he played?
Well, I have a computer here. This is what we normally stream on. This is what I'm doing when we're not live. I'm just like on here doing. Sometimes I'm actually doing some video.
Nice.
Yeah, he's at 6. I'll tell you how long this one
I mean, he's been in this league forever.
11-time All-Star. That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
22
not bad at all.
years. 22. 3-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, 2-time World Series, 11-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove, 6-time Silver Slugger, 1 batting title, 3 times Player of the Year, and LCS MVP.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good there. Albert has played since 2001 when you were 3 years old, turning 4. That's just mind-boggling that someone would want to play 22 years in Major League Baseball in this day and age. I remember we were seeing him play in Anaheim when he was with the Angels on our road trip in 2019.
Respect to him.
And I was like, there's no way he's going to get to 700.
You did say that on the video, didn't you?
I did. I said that on the video. Because I didn't think he was going to last this long, nor be as productive as he's been.
Wow, Toll. Saw him playing single A.
Man, that's crazy. There's the link for the Fantasy Football League.
That's why I was putting it back in, so I can
Okay.
put it now.
Good move.
So it's completely, it's up there. Because the Pick'Em leagues, literally, you're just picking, like, for the NFL, you're picking every game. For college, you're picking the top 10 games or whatever. But yeah,
that's one of those leagues where you pick, where so many people will just pick by the mascot. I think which is the cooler mascot, and those are the people who win the leagues. That's the fun part about doing those.
Yeah, the Pick'ems are fun. You should do one of our Pick'ems. You should do our NFL Pick'em. You literally take. I usually for fantasy. Man, Prince
Fielder, the great brewer. As you're saying.
The Pick'em leagues it takes for the so literally. So and it also shows you what percent of people think who's gonna win. It's also so that if you're like tossing it up, it's like, I'll just go with the majority. Which I was a little surprised. Nick might even, you're the legend if you're still in here, you might even be more surprised than I am. That the Packers have the majority in week 1 against the Vikings at Minnesota. That's a little surprising.
I'm shocked.
And there are a lot of
Packers fans.
Yeah, there are a lot of Packers fans. Missouri's awesome. I can't wait to see the Brewers in Kansas City whenever that happens.
As the guy who, because we've been to St. Louis already.
Yeah.
As the guy who is the, not just the sports historian, but the sports broadcast history nerd.
Yeah.
1969. Take a guess who Missouri's play-by-play voice was. Who was the play-by-play voice of the Missouri Tigers?
Also, going around the MLB today, probably give a little scoreboard for everyone. Mets beat the Phillies 10-9. Brewers beat the Cubs.
Oh, by the way, that was despondency for our Philadelphia friends when they lost that game 10-9. The Phillies hadn't scored like more than 2 runs against the Mets like almost all year. They put up 9 and they lose.
Yeah. 5-2. Brewers win over the Cubs.
Yes!
Obviously we got this game 2-1. Over the SOX. The Houston Trash Can Bangers, aka Astros, win 5-4 over the Atlanta Braves, reigning world champions. Then the Yankees actually won something. Congrats.
They still have like the second best record in baseball, so.
Depending on a burger. I don't eat burgers. And I eat hot dogs, but I wouldn't put honey mustard on it.
I've done burgers with and without. If it's not too many other flavors and you got honey mustard on there, it's good.
Andrew, what was your opinion on the Eagles preseason game today?
Oh, we got a guy running a long way for a foul ball in the right field corner. That could have been dangerous extra bases.
Oh, also, J.J. Watt tested positive for COVID.
Ruh-roh.
It's not good.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, and also in the Eagles game today, Devin Allen put on the Brewers 55-yard TD.
You know what? I was
Ran past
listening to that on the
everyone.
radio as it was happening.
Yeah, I got to see it.
I'm the great Burl Reese on the play-by-play. I can't impersonate him doing play-by-play at all because my voice is too high. Too low. His is too high. Now, getting to the toll road question, Al Michaels on Missouri football, John Jansen, no clue. The answer to that? Harry Carey and Steve Stone here at the ballpark. Oh, wait a minute. It's a Missouri Tigers game. Oh, sorry.
Also,
he was the voice.
To wrap it up for all these scores, Reds beat the Pirates 9-5. Congrats to your Reds, Toll. Now they got to come play the Phillies in Philly. Toll, why aren't you coming? You should be coming out here. So some Nick the Legend in Toll. We need a Nick the Legend Toll video
got
for
to
Reds
do that.
Bills. Then we
gotta set that up for next year, hopefully.
Tigers beat the Angels 4-0. Rays beat the Royals 3-2. Yanks beat the Blue Jays 4-2. Texas shuts out Minnesota 7-0. In 11, we had the Giants 9-8 over the Rockies. 5-3 A's over Seattle. 10-3 LA over Miami. St. Louis up 6-4.
Oh, they're still playing?
Or no, yeah, they won 6-4.
Okay.
Cardinals beat the D-backs 6-4. San Diego over Washington 2-1, and the Guardians and White Sox postponed.
And by the way, I'm beginning to think that the move to add the runners on second base in extra innings was not necessarily about trying to decide games faster. It was about giving people reasons to keep watching because you're going to get scoring late in games.
That's true.
And if that's the purpose, it's working.
Very true.
And Reds just not quite worth traveling for. Of course they are. We traveled for the Brewers when they stunk back in the middle of the last decade.
That's true.
We did.
And then looking at the standings starting in the AL, we've got the Astros 78-45, the Yankees 74-48, and the Guardians 64-56, leading the divisions. And go out to the wild card. Then
we don't need to know who's 14th place in the American League.
I know, I'm just talking playoffs. Going to the wild card, we have the Rays, Blue Jays, and Mariners, with the Twins and Orioles. Twins 2.5 back, Orioles 3 back.
We got ourselves a double play ball right here for the Orioles as they knock out the Red Sox and take all the base runners off, and there's now 2 away.
And White Sox not out of the question at 3.5. Into the National League, we look there and we find the Dodgers 84-36.
Woo!
Mets 79-44.
Better than a 700 winning percentage in Major League Baseball. That's ridiculous.
And it is actually 700 exactly.
Oh wow.
And the Cardinals 69-51, leading the Central, and then we go over to the wild card.
Oh, it's gone. That's not gone. I was fooled. I was fooled by what I thought was going to be a home run ball. And that ends the top of the third inning, 2-1 Baltimore.
4-spot Braves in the NL currently. 4-spot Braves. The Padres plus 0.5 in second. Games ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies. And the Brewers not trailing too far behind. 1.5 back.
Yes, the Brewers won today, John. They did.
Yes.
And back to your previous question. Harry Carey did football. Oh, yeah. Those years when he did the Cardinals with Jack Buck. He was also the voice of Missouri Tigers football and basketball, as I understand it. He was also the voice of the St. Louis Hawks of the NBA. And go look up this on YouTube after you're done with our video here. He once did a game minutes after meeting and getting a ride to the arena from his hotel from Elvis Presley.
Really?
You've seen that video, haven't you? Where he talked about it?
I don't know.
So the story goes, and I'm going to be quoting Carey's interview on ESPN Up Close with Roy Firestone on this. That's where that's the source of this information. Carey was in Memphis for a St. Louis Hawks game when they played a few games in Memphis every year. And so it was a home game for the Hawks. I don't know who they were playing, but Carey's just sitting at the hotel. And he answers the, "Hello there. Hello, everybody." And Elvis was on the phone. And he wanted to meet Harry. And there's no way that Harry Carey believed that this is the real Elvis. So Elvis is like, "Give me 15 minutes. I'll have my limousine out there with me. We'll take you to the arena." And so we did.
Wow.
He got a ride to the arena from Elvis Presley.
Pretty cool.
Harry tried to convince Elvis to do color commentary that night. It didn't happen.
Did Elvis do the halftime show?
Nope. It didn't happen because Elvis was like, if I step foot inside that arena, they will tear it up. And I mean, it will be so crazy.
Yeah.
But Elvis was like, after the game, come on over. Come on over to Graceland. We'll hang out. And so after the game, the same limo comes and picks him up, and they're hanging out at Graceland.
Man.
Harry Carey and Elvis Presley talking baseball, singing songs, and then like after the game, Elvis is like, "You couldn't have eaten dinner, could you?" And Harry's like, "I didn't get a chance." So Elvis had the thoughtfulness.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no. That's beautiful.
Nick, you know where my house is. Come
Amen.
Walk into the studio.
Amen.
Nick, come walk in.
Hey, if you want to come on over and enjoy the live, you're welcome
walk
to.
into the studio, Nick, and then you can, and then just, I don't know. Yeah, just come on.
And for those who want to know our address, it's 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah. Go back. I wish that was still on YouTube. Sugar Bowl Stream, me, Chicago Sports Network, and Stat G Sports. Some dude who was, let's just say, it seemed like he was high.
Uh-oh.
And
Speaking of, I think we had this situation with the Red Sox.
And he said he wanted to fight. And I told him to pull up to my house, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and he didn't catch on that it was.
Oh my gosh.
And his friend was literally talking for him. Also,
That's perfect.
Also, John Jansen, Cardinals fan, I just wanted to talk a tad bit about this race. The Cardinals have 13 games against playoff teams left. And I think that they're going to struggle going into the last week of the season. At San Diego for 3, at LA for 3, at Milwaukee for 2. 8 straight games on the road. Only 5 at home against the Braves and the Brewers. And then you look at the Brewers the rest of the year. They've got 3 at LA. Then you've got later, you've got the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at St. Louis, but then home against the Yankees and Mets. With the way the New York Yankees have been playing, I think that we can take that series. The Mets are, since it's in Milwaukee, it's also possible. And then that other series against St. Louis, the Brewers finish with 7 against Miami and Arizona.
That's the thing about the Brewers and the Cardinals. The Brewers have a loaded schedule compared to the Cardinals, but their last 26 games are at home.
Well, the Brewers, no, they have, hold on, 3, 12. Yeah, the Brewers have 16. They have 3 more games against playoff teams.
But 20 of 26 at home.
Yeah, so
that's massive.
They're at LA, home against Chicago, home against Pittsburgh, at Arizona, at Colorado, home against San Francisco. Yes, John, for sure.
That's agreed.
But
Except Hader's not working out.
yeah, that's the thing is they didn't really get much pitching help outside of Hader, and that's where I think that they're gonna really end up in the playoffs. One thing,
And especially with Tatis.
Tatis is out too. Yeah.
Yep, that's huge.
But the fact is that you need phenomenal, like if you were to match up the Padres against it. Hey,
Stat Sheet Sports, how you doing?
I was just talking about our stream.
Coming up.
Brawl. We're talking Brewers Cardinals playoff race.
September 1st.
Yeah, Backyard Brawl. Night of September 1st at 7 p.m. We might start. I don't know when we're gonna start.
And that game being played not a huge distance away from where this Sunday night baseball game is being played at the home of the Little League World Series, which I think again is so cool that they do this every year.
That's true. They did get Soto and Bell.
That they did.
Yeah, it's only 3 hours and 18 minutes. Pittsburgh.
So.
And you can take a bus there.
Yeah. But I think still the issues with Hader and Tatis being gone.
Yeah.
That may do.
Coach's magic.
Yes, Coach's magic. The fact the Brewers have 20 of 26 final games for the year at home is big.
Drury was a nice pickup. That's a guy that next year I'd love. Yes, we are staying safe.
That we are. That we absolutely are.
That's a guy I was looking at for the Brewers because the Brewers I think need an improvement on depth.
Oh, did he get all that?
Nope.
Off the wall.
Tall wall there.
That it is. So it's hard to hit home runs in this made-up minor league-ish, little league-ish type of stadium with major league walls. Which by the way, and I've talked about this before, I think baseball needs to, if there's a way to do it, move the fences out. Add another 20 feet to the fences because
I've talked about that a lot.
I have. But I think it's the way you're going to open up the game because you're going to have more teams looking to build rallies, singles, doubles, triples, not trying to overfocus on the home run. And I think you'll build a lot more long rallies, which I think will be great. So you know how many of the Cardinals games of the final 40 are home versus road? We'll do the research for you.
I got you.
We will do the research for you.
Let me do that for you quick.
But I know it's not as many as the Brewers.
Hold on.
That much I know. I will be right back. You hold down the fort?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Everyone in here. I cannot tell what you're saying, Andrew. I really can't. Stat Sheet Sports and just everyone. Give me your 1 through 6 playoff teams, NL predictions. Who is going to make it in one order? I'm going to say Dodgers 1, Mets 2, Brewers 3, Braves 4, Phillies 5, Padres 6. I think that the Cardinals and Padres will be neck and neck. It's going to be close. It for sure will be close. I can see the number 6 going either way, so I'll just say TBD, in between the Padres and Cardinals. But I'm currently doing research for you, John, on this, so that's going to be... I got to open up 2 tabs and do all the math here. I do this all the time anyway. Let's see. Andrew, who do you think is going to be Who do you think is going to do the NFL? Braves repeat, I hope. Okay. Yeah, John, I got you, no problem. I'm just kind of, let's see. So that's, so right now it's pretty balanced. Andrew, I expected that. Hey, Nick, you still in here, by the way? So, John, Cardinals have 22 on the road, 20 at home. But as I said, playoffs, it's 8-5, or it's 5-8. The Brewers, meanwhile, let me get theirs. So that is again, I'll put it back in the chat. Cardinals remaining games. 22 for 20 at home, 22 on the road. There you go, everybody. So now you have those. Now I'm going to do the same for the Brewers. Also, Stat Sheet Sports, on the pinned comments, I pinned our Fantasy Football League. Here, I'm going to get rid of this poll. So, you might want to join that before the spots fill up. I just thought I'd say that. Nick already is in there, I hope. I think I set up an account, or a thing for Nick, so that he doesn't have to. I was going to set one up for you, Stat Sheet Sports, but I couldn't figure it out. Okay, now I think I know where I am. Alright, so yeah, everyone, let us know in what order do you have the MLB playoff teams in the NL. Since I think we all have, I think we're all NL fans in here right now, even though this is an AL stream, kind of weird. Alright, cool. And I sent you and CSN the links to Pick'Ems too, but those are unlimited, so it really doesn't matter. Did I do that? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to redo this math. Yeah, everyone join the Fantasy Football League if you like NFL. I think we're gonna probably do it. I think we might do it next Saturday morning. I think that's when I'll probably. That's my guess on. I think I'll probably do it next Saturday morning before the Northwestern Nebraska game, or maybe I don't know. I'll figure it out. NFL isn't too far away, but then we all have big Saturday coming up for college football. All right, I need to redo this math quickly. On the Brewer side of things, I think I messed something up here. So home, road. So 3 on the road, then 6 at home, then 4 on the road. The Cardinals have 20 games at home, 22 on the road left.
So definitely an advantage for the Brewers.
Yeah.
In that vein.
Plus 4 here, 7. I'm doing the math on the Brewers just to get the exact number.
A Braves repeat. Since you bring up Stat Sheet Sports.
I mean, you do like the Braves, so I mean, I get it.
Not out of the question.
Yeah, for sure, not out of the question. If you guys play the Phillies, that'll be a fun series.
Yeah.
If you guys play the Phillies Stat Sheet Sports, you gotta come up.
We will give you a place to stay, Stat Sheet Sports.
You and one of your parents can come hang out.
We will give you that. We will not promise you a security detail if you go to the game.
Yeah.
And you may need it.
Yeah, you may need it.
We've been given good descriptions that, for example, when we go to see Brewers Phillies, in regular season. There's no issue. Playoffs, it's like an Eagles game. Oh,
Yeah, I did see that.
what happened in that game?
Went 11 innings. Brace walked it off.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, what's his name? Statue Sports in the college football community. Jacob Watson was talking about that on Ballard Stream right now. Me and CSM by Victor. Yeah. I think you guys together should be. I think you guys and if you bring CSN's dad, I think that
He's bringing the father of Comcast Sportsnet,
CSN
Chicago Sports
yeah,
Network. Okay, good.
I think that
Could resist.
I think you guys should be pretty good. I mean, we can fit 9 people in this. We can fit.
We technically can sleep 9 guests
9
in the
guys.
house.
Yeah, we have plenty of room.
It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it can be done.
I keep messing up this math, so now that you're back, I can actually do it. I can actually focus while you do while you take care of the stream. I'm doing the Brewers math here.
That's going to be extra bases for the Red Sox with 2 outs. They get themselves in scoring position. Martinez with the base knock that turns into a double. Let's see. Both teams scoring 2 runs in the 10th. Braves scoring 2 in the 11th to the Astros run. That's a lot like what I was talking about with baseball's change, adding runners on second to start innings during extra innings. As I'm a traditionalist when it comes to that particular issue, I'm not a fan. But it is making games more exciting when it's late and you're past the 3-hour mark. You're like, why am I still watching this game?
Oh, I love that. I love that personally. I love this. I love the longer.
He's paying for the tickets, but you got gas. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, you guys figure that out. Let us know. But I love seeing games that go 17, 20 innings. Those are fun.
It's a 26-16 ratio for the Brewers. 26 at home, 16 on the road.
Compared to the Cardinals, 20 and 22.
Yeah, 20, yeah. Brewers.
The Orioles get out of the jam.
26.
Make it still 2-1 as they go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
16.
At this Major League fitted stadium on the grounds of the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Which, by the way, is so special. So special that they're doing this.
Clemson played a 20-inning game against UGA a couple years ago, and I watched
Against
all
Georgia.
9 hours. Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful. 9 hours?
Yeah, 20 innings, 9 hours.
That went 9 hours? I mean, that's a long regulation game that would go 4 in that kind of circumstance. That went 9? I mean, the Brewers were part of, by time, the longest game in the history of the major leagues. 1984, I think. They played the White Sox. The game spread over 2 days. And if I remember correctly, let's see. Oh, it went to 2 a.m. If I remember correctly, the White Sox won the game
Also,
on the second day.
Just posted a poll.
And the starting pitcher of the real game that was coming up that very same day as that game that they sort of joined in progress, he pitched and won both games. Tom Seaver.
Really?
Because he pitched an inning of that carryover game.
Yeah.
The White Sox won it, and then Tom Seaver pitched as a starter for the game that actually counted.
It was 6.5 hours with a rain delay.
Still, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, also,
that's awesome.
Everyone, so I'm actually going to go ahead and vote for the Brewers myself. Who wins the NL Central?
Mm-hmm.
It is Brewers, Cardinals, and someone else. I took down the last poll. The Orioles won, I think, 73%.
Yeah. Now, John, I see where you're coming from. I think that the Cardinals are catchable. because of what the Brewers have when it comes to home games and opportunity. I think the Cardinals are the more talented team, and I think if you just put them head to head, as much as it pains me to say it, the Cardinals are just overall a better baseball team. But the Brewers have an opportunity, and I think those home games are going to make a difference. I can see the Brewers catching them, and I think one of the biggest things that are going to decide it is going to be the head-to-head, because now, with no longer there being a game 163, head-to-head tiebreaker means something, and it means that that if things are as they are right now, the Cardinals have a 1-game lead on the Brewers in that, so the Brewers have to win 3 out of 4 in their final 4 meetings this year, 2 in Milwaukee, 2 in St. Louis.
I'll be right back.
But I think they could do that. I think they definitely could do that. Now, with that being said, the Cardinals are also in a great position. I don't think San Diego is going to last, particularly with Tatis out and with Hader struggling the way that he is. I think that's for the Brewers to catch, and I think both our teams are making the playoffs this year. Absolutely, I think that's what's going to happen, and they'll play first round. And even with Milwaukee having home field advantage for a wild card series for all 3 games, I don't know if I'd take the Brewers in that one as much as I want to. I don't know if I'd be there yet. But I would love to see it. It would be so much fun. And is there part of me that's saying wishful thinking because I don't want it to come down the final day to Brewers versus Phillies, and I'm sitting there in the radio studios with a whole bunch of Phillies fans, and I'm the only Brewers fan in the house, and everyone's going to come up and attack me on that game day? Of course. But I also think it's reality that I think both those teams are making the playoffs. It shouldn't be an issue. I think the Padres are going to be the odd guys out, which is unfortunate. But, I mean, because when they made all those moves, then they find out Hader's just not performing, and then they find out Tatis has this drug issue. And they didn't know that when they made this deal for Hader and for the deal for Juan Soto.
I'm tired of wearing this jersey.
The kid
I'm taking off my jersey.
is doing a wardrobe change.
Well,
The
not
kid's
really.
doing a wardrobe change. What's he got?
Under the I got my WB.
Let's go, Mountaineers. Let's get you more in the shot here.
It sucks. No, I'm kidding. Kid will have a good year.
That they will.
ACC predictions Wednesday?
We're in the bottom of the 4th right now. Baltimore up on Boston 2-1. I also think that Major League Baseball leads all major pro sports in regular season beards.
Yes.
I think hockey catches up during the hockey season, during the hockey playoff season when they get the playoff beards going. And you get guys who do not shave the entirety of the playoffs who keep their beards for 2 months, which is insane. But for regular season, I think baseball leads in the beards category.
So Toll, Mountaineers, I expect a good season out of them. Obviously, I'm going to say they're going to win the backyard brawl. They can go 1-11.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we beat Pitt.
Exactly.
I'm happy if we beat. No, I'm not. I'd just be, Premier Lacrosse League. Nick, where are you to talk about the National Lacrosse League and your Philadelphia Wings? WINGS. Wings, 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 woo.
Is that what they chant?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think it's something like that.
Okay.
It's like the Ravens. Or no, and it's almost like the Nast.
Oh.
The Nationals with their NATS thing.
Got a hit by pitch here.
Padres miss playoffs. I think it'll come down to the Padres and Cardinals for that last spot. 60% say the Brewers, 20 Cardinals, 20 for someone else. So someone thinks that the Cubs are going to win, or the Reds, or the Pirates.
Oh, I don't think that pitch actually hit Odor himself, but it hit his jersey, and technically that counts.
Yeah, technically that's a hit by pitch. or as my baseball mind would call it. But since we're on YouTube, I'm not going to call it this HBP. The buses in the stat category that it's an HBP.
That's fine.
All right, I'm ending that poll. So the Brewers won. Also, I put pinned message to the Nick and Anthony podcast, college football predictions this week, Monday through Saturday. And then I'm thinking next week will be, so this coming week, college football. Then next week will be, I'll probably do NFC one day, AFC one day, playoffs, and all that another day.
And there is one of these neutral site destination games, like what we're seeing tonight with Major League Baseball with Boston and Baltimore, to start off the college football season.
Yeah, we're talking in Statute Sports. I think it's going to be streaming this. Dublin, Ireland, Nebraska, Illinois. Awesome.
Nebraska, Illinois, or Northwestern?
Northwestern. The original plan was Illinois, but then Northwestern is in. See it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Well, you have Northwestern, and Chicago has such a huge Irish contingent with a lot of direct flights from Chicago to Dublin, a ton of them.
I'm looking up what percent of Chicago is Irish, actually.
And Nebraska will fill the seats if a college football game is played on the planet Jupiter.
7.5% is, so almost a tenth is 19,000 is Chicago is Irish.
Yep. So
204,000.
So with all that, there's going to be a definite interest on both sides to fill that house. I mean, yeah, Nebraska would fill the stands if the game was played on the planet Jupiter. Now they can't because Jupiter is just a gaseous planet. There's actually no real surface on it.
Yeah.
So now I go into my space craziness.
Nick the Legend, where are you? So we can talk about space. We learned that this year.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, are you still here? Or are you on your way over? Oh, and we have news coming 11 minutes ago. The Washington Nationals and Philadelphia Phillies will be at the Little League World Series next year.
Wow!
Williamsport, PA. That's per Bleacher Report.
That makes sense because they want to have teams that are from around the area, which means we are going to somehow have to get a second mortgage to be able to afford tickets at that thing. Yeah, I would love to go. I don't see it happen.
Also, Kayvon Thibodeau has exited the game with a knee injury.
Ooh.
Yes. Well, Statue Sports, maybe not for the playoffs. You come up to Philly.
Let's showcase it.
I'm guessing it'll be a Phillies home series, so you come up next year, since you'll probably get killed at the bank this year. You guys come up for Nats Phillies next year. Yeah. We won't torture you with the Let's Go Phillies chants in section 301 with the Philly captain, as well as Oscar and all those cool guys at the Fandemic crew.
And by the way, we're still waiting on the Major League Baseball schedule to come out for next year. It's typically out by this point in the season before.
Yeah.
It has not been released yet. And with that, we then start to think about what our road trip plans are going to be. So we shall see what transpires there.
Oh, Fandemic crew went to St. Louis this year. That's cool. I saw that.
John saying Cardinals played the Pirates in the first league classic. The Cardinals lost.
I remember hearing about that.
Yep.
I know that they played a couple
Cole, thank you for popping in. That was awesome. You got it. Yeah, we took 2 weeks off because of travel to Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Shooting 9 videos and doing so much fun stuff.
You know, let me go on your Twitter just so people can see a picture. Pretty cool picture. Let me go on your Twitter. I've got to find it. Okay, these are all just gifts about the Brewers, and now I can't see it. Hold on, I know the trick because I've already been on. Okay, here we go. Got it. Got the pick.
Okay.
Now it's like, should I do that? Can I do that?
Yep. Got that.
Nope, it doesn't make a difference.
Not got that.
Here, I'll just show
Wouldn't be
everyone.
prudent at this juncture.
They're the boys.
Yep. Exactly.
And Miller Park.
Exactly. John Jansen saying schedule is changing next year. Every team's playing every team. That could be why it's not out yet. I could see the math being highly complicated with that. Highly complicated. Especially when you're considering you have an uneven amount of teams in each league and you're trying to schedule interleague games all the time. Excuse me. That's not easy. That is not an easy thing to figure out at all.
Oh, and also next year, All-Star Game's going to be in Seattle.
John says you like the unbalanced schedule with more games in division. I do too. Here's what I would propose, especially with a 32-team league, if they should add 2 expansion teams, which I think they've been talking about
Nashville
doing,
and Montreal.
is that you keep your American and National leagues, but the way you set up your schedule is more set up by regions. Because in each you'll have an East and a West. You'll have a North and a South probably. The Northern Division teams would play, I believe, 14 games each, or I should say all the division teams would play 14 games each in division. And then you play 12 games against the other 4 teams in the same division of the opposite league. So as an example, picture a National League North with our Brewers, your Cardinals, John, the Cubs, and the Colorado Rockies. Yep, because in the West, you would have Arizona, LA, San Francisco, and San Diego. So one Western team would have to shift to either the North or the South. So you put the Rockies in the North with the Brewers, Cubs, and Cardinals. So they would play 14 games against each other. But they would play 12 games against the American League North. So you get 12 Cubs White Sox games. You get, let's see, how the American League West look? It would be Anaheim, Seattle, Oakland, assuming that they're still in Oakland. Houston and Texas would probably be in the South.
Oh, Danny.
What's up?
I was just looking this up. Little League World Series tickets outside of the final are free. You don't got to
Little
pay.
League World Series, yes.
You don't got to pay nothing.
What about the Major League?
I know. I was just talking like general Little League World Series.
That's awesome. I want to say the North would involve probably the White Sox, Twins. You might get Detroit and Cleveland in there. So you may miss, John, having more than 3 all Missouri games, which is unfortunate. Because Kansas City's probably going to have to be in the West. Because Houston and Texas would be in the South. And we'll see. We'll see if that's how it lines up. If, say, Portland is an American League West expansion franchise, which I don't think would happen because that would be in much of Seattle's territory. And they'd rather have a National League team be there. But just imagine 12 Cubs White Sox games every year. 12 Subway Series games every year. 12 Dodgers Angels games every year. You know how nuts that would be.
Yeah.
Toll Road, his Reds would play Cleveland. But I don't know if it'd be 12 times a year. I don't think that would happen. But they'd play 3 times because then the other 24 teams in Major League Baseball, you would play 3 games each.
Yeah.
So that's 72 games in the opposite league, same geography. You play 48, and with 14 games against 3 teams, played another 42. Do all the math, that's 162 games. It works.
Also, John, I don't know if you have any interest. I mean, it is a weeknight, but Brewers Cardinals tickets in Milwaukee are $4.
Don't let the Cardinals fans invade.
I don't mind. I don't mind
Brewers
the good,
fans, fill the place.
I don't mind the good Cardinals fans.
Good Cardinals fans.
Just not.
We have
just
had
not
a
too
lot.
many. Just not too many. Not too
But yeah, Cardinals fans have treated us well every time.
Yeah.
We've been in contact with them. It's been good. Happy Hodag. You know, if you Cardinals fans who enjoy the rivalry with the Royals, that is a great rivalry.
I'm trying to do. Hold on. I need a map of the MLB to figure this out.
Go to the '85 World Series and ask about the name Don Denkinger. Ask a Cardinals fan that, they may punch you in the mouth. He was the ump who screwed up a call in the bottom of the ninth inning, Game 6, where the Cardinals had a 3-2 series lead. But that bad call led to the rally that led to the Royals winning Game 6 and then blowing it out in Game 7.
Yeah, so it would have to be, so the league, looking at it, the NL would probably be Expos, Mets, Phillies, Nats, and then like Braves, Marlins, Reds, Pirates,
That makes sense.
and then Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals, Rockies, and then Diamondbacks, Padres, Dodgers, Giants.
Yep.
I'm going to do the AL.
Okay.
So the AL East would be Blue Jays, Red Sox, Yankees, Orioles.
Mhm.
And kind of like central-ish south. I don't really know what you want to call it. Would like the Rays. We'll say Nashville gets expansion. So Nashville / Charlotte. And I put, as I mentioned, I will just say Nashville. So we'll say the Stars because that was their proposed name. And I think that Montreal for sure is going to get a team at 32. Rays, Stars, Rangers, Astros. All right, see you, Statute Sports.
Thank you for popping in.
I saw Baseball International. I kind of liked it. The kind of theoretical situations were interesting to me, but it was decent. It wasn't too bad. It for sure makes you think a good amount.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and then you'd have Guardians, Tigers, White Sox, Twins. Guardians, White Sox, Twins, and then Royals, Mariners, Athletics. No, 32. Alright, see you, Statute Sports, and I'll probably talk to you sooner than that.
And 30 teams is not divisible by 8, but 32 is. That's what we're working with these setups with, for example, Montreal and Nashville being our 31st and 32nd teams. So just to explain it, in fact, I'll just grab the controls here. We can type it in. As a matter of fact, I once tweeted about that. I'm just going to grab a copy of the tweet while we're sitting here. Here it is. Here is how it would work.
For doing that from StreamYard, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I say League 43, Rest 72? Oh, 48, 72.
Yeah, games against the other teams in your league, or meaning if that was I shouldn't say league, more region.
Yeah.
Basically, Happy Hodad, that's correct. 14 divisions. And you could still have the majority of the games be divisional and regional, so you're focusing on rivalries. I mean, imagine our Brewers taking on the Cubs 14 games a year and the White Sox 12 games a year. A lot of fights in the out in the bleachers at Miller Park / American Family Field. Let alone what you get with the 12 games between the Cubs and the White Sox. The Twins would come to town for 2 series a year. And we'd go into Minnesota 2 series a year. But then you have your quirky situations because of geography and what would be required. Like the Brewers playing 14 games against Colorado, 7 in that ridiculously high air. Still a 2-1 game, by the way. The Orioles up ahead of the Boston Red Sox at the Little League World Series. 5th inning. But, yeah, picture the Brewers having to make 2 trips out to Colorado each year. But they only have to play 4 series total on the actual West Coast. And it may only need to be 3 series total, theoretically, because one year they might have to play Kansas City in the West. So it shrinks the amount of time that you travel to each coast.
I'll just do me out.
Okay. And it focuses more games on your region. And what I would also say, the last 6 series of each team's season should be all divisional games. All. Because you now can schedule that way. I think it would be ridiculous. And now they've got the wave going at this Little League World Series, and it comes right by home plate just as the batter's about to bat. That's distracting.
It's more distracting to the pitcher.
True.
Because the batter's looking in center field where there are no people.
No, but the sound. Because you're not just standing up there going, "Wah!" And that distracts the batter. That's why sometimes I can't stand the wave.
I don't like it.
We differ. It's okay. It's okay. Now, what I'm amazed by is that they're broadcasting this game in the stands, and yet they've got a big press box behind them. Ooh, high pitch. Did he go? He went. John, yes, you mentioned divisional games last week. That's what I would do with the last 3 weeks, last 6 series of the Major League Baseball season in the 32-team format. All of the 6 final series would be division. Just imagine the pennant races and the division title races that would be at stake. Just awesome. Just absolutely awesome. So I will be right back.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay.
Also, fun little thing, looking at Brewers tickets. It's $12 for the Yankees games. It's $4 for the Mets games. Little contrast there, for sure. Big contrast there. Not yet, not little. Big contrast there. Going between this. Alright. So how's everyone doing? Yes. I'd love to see I with the way it's set up right now, the Brewers would probably have to play the Twins the last week, considering you got Cubs Cardinals. Man. So I'm trying to find when it's going to release the schedule. But yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Hope it's all going well. But yeah, so 2-1, top of the 6th inning. We've been talking a lot of baseball, so we haven't had much time for talking about this game. Dean Kramer on the mound. 92 mile per hour, 1-1 count. Yeah, I mean, Portland's like a 4th, but I like Nashville over Charlotte even more. Nashville, I feel like, is the perfect town for baseball. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our screen now. There we go. We're back. And now I'm back watching ours, so I can... Okay, let's put that aside. Buster Only with Jerron Lancaster, who seems to be a player, I'm guessing, in the Little League World Series. Also, to the 2 of you watching, make sure to join our Fantasy Football League pinned up there. Is there anything in the description that you should know about? There's really nothing in the description of this. I was just thinking if there's anything. But yeah. Man. So, to the 3 of you watching, hello. Again, when as soon as Pops comes back, I'm gonna grab a bite to eat probably upstairs, because I'm hungry. I like at 6:30, and I mean, it's like 9 now. Phobos, sorry, I'm tired. Long day today. Very, very long day. But yeah. Let's do another poll here. Alright, there's another thing. Not who you want, but who you think. Yankees/Astros, another AL team. Dodgers/Mets, another NL team. Let us know who you think is going to win the World Series. I think it's a toss-up, personally. Yeah, so make sure to... We've got 1 vote for another NL team. I'm guessing that's either from John or Hodag.
Score.
It's still 2-1.
Okay.
Here in the 6th inning. I just started another poll for who is gonna win the World Series. I'm gonna take right now. I'm actually gonna go another. I'm gonna take.
Let's roll down 4.
You're wrong. So these are our options.
Mhm.
The poll: who wins the World Series? Yankees, Astros, another AL team. Dodgers, Mets, another NL team. I am gonna say Dodgers, Mets.
I agree.
That's my take. I think whoever it is, they'll come out of the NL.
All right, John Jansen.
Yeah, I'm all updated.
You updated?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and yes, Happy Hodag, you are correct. You probably already commented on this, but divisional games would be fantastic. Cardinals swept the Yankees this year. To quote Ed McMahon, "You are correct, sir." Do you know who Ed McMahon is?
I've heard of him. Vince McMahon's dad?
Nope.
Son?
Nope. No relation. He was the sort of the big voice guy on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
And you would have Johnny saying like, "There's weird, wild stuff there. It's weird, but it's wild." And then you'd have Ed McMahon coming on and being like, "You are correct, sir." Of course, that's the Saturday Night Live version of it.
Yeah, but
And he's like, "What?"
I lost my train of thought.
So
How do you watch
I'm good at that.
Hello to our new viewers as we
Yeah.
cross 1 hour 50 minutes, and we're only a third through the game, so we're a little off pace.
Those who have not subscribed,
Hit the
please hit
button.
the subscribe button.
Look
Let
down
us
below.
know.
That's how you'll know what we do.
And let us know where you're joining us from. Tell us. Is that a
Also,
protein bar?
upcoming streams. Upcoming streams. So MLB next weekend, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, we've got the Backyard Brawl on Newman Outdoors. Hello. Watching your Bengals.
Hey.
If you do want a Bengals stream to watch, I saw that King Pookie Nation Alvarez, who was in our last chat,
Correct.
he's live doing that game. So if you want to live stream for that, Newman Outdoors, go check that out.
But stay with us.
Yeah, stay with us. Well, they said they can't stick around, so that's what I was.
Right.
But yeah.
Now, our streams are probably going to be, as we get into late September and then into October, going to be, I'm sure, to be announced.
Yeah.
Based on the Brewers playoff situation.
Between the Brewers and then...
And obviously we got Packers games.
Yeah, we got Packers games, and then also I'm working on some stuff to get some college football streams, and it might not be us every time. We might have some guest hosts who are kind of multi-streaming.
Mm-hmm.
We're figuring out kind of what's going to happen, but we're trying to get more college football in there as well, because...
Forgive me.
You're good.
Now...
We're trying to get some college football, some NFL, some MLB, NBA's coming up, college basketball's coming up. We're not big into NHL, but NHL's coming up. College football. Yes, Newman Outdoors, you're going to have some college football to watch. Backyard Brawl.
Absolutely.
WVU Pitt, my Mountaineers taking on Pitt. And
now, do you want to get Mommy in and Nana Mommy into that stream?
Maybe. We'll see.
Watching her watch a West Virginia game is fun.
That is true. I'd love for that with Statute Sports, because we've done this before on his channel, like to do a pregame or postgame like call-in through StreamYard, like, and kind of get the emotions of these fan bases. Imagine if arch rivals didn't play for 10 years and have absolute hatred for each other.
Think Yankees, Red Sox, and they're in different leagues back in the era when they didn't have interleague play, and they didn't play for 10 years, and it's like all this stuff bubbling up. And finally, they announced there's going to be a game. It's war.
They sold out standing room tickets in 15 minutes.
Yep.
I'm hearing there have been some rumors floating around in the West Virginia YouTube community that there could be a huge WVU presence, giant, and that some YouTubers apparently have heard that West Virginia fans are buying pit season tickets so that they can get a guaranteed thing. John Jansen, I would love to do that game, but I don't expect Mizzou to be very good or Kansas to be very good. And I don't know. Let me look up what week Mizzou Kansas.
That is a great rivalry, though.
Yeah, it is.
Much more basketball.
Football. Let me tell you when they're playing. Are they? Oh, they're not playing this year. Oh, yeah, they are. They are. Or no, they're playing Kansas State. Luis, my man. I was talking about your cousin's brother. So also your cousin. I was talking about your cousin Ramon.
We missed you at the games, man.
Nah, you're good, man.
That was awesome.
You're good.
Still good.
Awesome games. But yeah, I think right. This is Luis Urias' brother. I think it's your cousin Luis.
They are brothers. Now.
Yes, Ramon Urias. We're just
Ramon
talking.
and Luis. Yep, correct.
Yeah, we're just talking baseball here.
And by the way, as I was watching Brewers Cubs today on the MLB app.
Hold on. Wait for the comment. You just got back from Wrigley today.
You were there!
Man, I didn't get to watch it. I was over at Nick the Legend's. How's Nick the Legend? You're still in here. If you are, hello. We were keeping tabs on the game, but we were watching the Phillies game.
Did you vlog this game, Luis?
Yes.
That'd be so cool.
We were just talking about how we're doing MLB hopefully next weekend, and then from there we're going to be in between the MLB, the NFL, college football. We're trying to get some stuff organized so that we can, like, especially for college football, say we're busy on a Saturday, we can get some guest hosts that can still stream it on here. But yes, trying to figure out what we're going to be doing. In the Brewers, we were also talking about the Brewers with 26 games remaining at home, 16 on the road. While the Cardinals 22 home and 20 on the road. But 20 on the road, 20 at home, 22 on the road. That's what I meant. I can't think today.
Key question, Luis. At Wrigley, did you have a hot dog, and what did you put on it? You mentioned that, John. That's absolutely correct. Much bigger rival. Missouri must, in my opinion, return to the Big 12. Although now it's all crazy. It's just impossible to handle. And Luis, it's so funny, all the stares because you were in Brewers gear. You did not want to vlog. People already looking at you. You weren't trying to start more problems with their fans.
Oh, yeah.
We've had no issues with that when we've been doing it.
Cubs fan, yeah, we usually don't get much. The only problem we get is, like, when people are, like, waiting on us. And then I just try to kind of wrap it up quick.
Yeah.
Oh, can they please get that off on the signage? I see a University of Pittsburgh Medical Center thing on.
We're sponsoring. They paid money.
Come on, West Virginia. Come on, WVU.
Well.
Ketchup. Yes, Louise, ketchup. Good.
You did not have. Well, we should show up more often. You tried one of the Chicago dogs with that burger. A true Chicago dog is a full meal.
That's true.
Because you have as many veggies as you have an actual hot dog. I mean, everything from the onions to the sport peppers to the nuclear green relish. It has so many different
Nation
flavors.
While you were gone, I hopped on the stream and I was like, sorry I can't stick around, but I thought I'd stop by and say hello. Because
Pop it in.
when we're live, I'm like, trying to say hi to other streams. Be like, what kind? Like, I wish I could stay, but we're back to the game. Is your game still going?
Understood.
Is your game still going? Bengals, Giants. Let me look up. Bengals. Yeah, they're still going. Third quarter. Yeah, I just stopped in and was like.
All right, so let's ask our newcomers too the question we posed earlier. If you could see your favorite team, baseball team, in a venue that's not an actual major league home venue, where would it be? Would it be in Williamsport with the Little League World Series? Would it be the Field of Dreams in Iowa? Would it be someplace international? Would it be someplace that used to host games, like, say, the LA Coliseum, where the Dodgers used to play when they first moved? Where would you love to see a major league game in a non-traditional major league venue? Tell us. That'd be fun. That would be fun.
I'm just like, if I see, people, like YouTube friends of ours that are live, I'll just be like, hey, can't stick around because we're actually live. But I thought I'd stop by, say hi.
Yeah.
So, my boy Tiger Baskins with great talk. He just hit 1K. Congrats to TV. Oh, yeah, John. Rossi has rated. So if we get say we get 20 people in a Packer stream, I want a Sorgy Swarm Tom Grossi. You just get people if we get a good a decent nice. 20, 30 people and just get all people sending Sorgy Swarm. You see his comment section filled with Sorgy Swarm.
He probably bashed.
Well, I think he knows who we are, so I don't think he's scared.
Still.
But yeah. Oh, man. Also, shout out another college football channel. Millis Vanillis did the boiled egg challenge, seeing how many boiled eggs he could eat. He was challenged to do it.
Is there any relation to the Egg Bowl?
No. He's an Alabama fan. He was challenged to do it by someone else.
I could do the hard boiled.
He was trying to get as many.
What's the number?
I don't know. He's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so someone said, well, that's the way. Try to eat as many.
That's an unusual way.
Yeah. Let's try to get some subscribers this way.
Ours came courtesy of the Grassi Posse, which we were always thankful for.
Yes. Yeah, John, I think I remembered that you came over from the Grassi because, Tom Grossi's the GOAT.
We appreciate that, John.
Here, let me stick Tom Grossi's channel.
2-1 Baltimore over Boston. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody on, nobody out.
Tom Grossi has been in Green Bay. That's why he hasn't been posting videos.
Yeah.
He's been
recording them, I bet.
Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna pull up Tom Grossi's YouTube so people can. He was sitting front row, midfield.
Oh,
right on the Packers side.
How much did he have to pay for that?
And he got a picture with Rudy.
All right, we're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.
One thing died. We're back on this. Hold on, let me see. Sub to Tom Grossi. Okay, our computer we were using ran out of power. That's what happened, John. Sub to Tom Grossi. There's Tom Grossi's link. So now I'm going to get rid of all these extra tabs I have. Tom Grossi is a Packers YouTuber and just a general NFL guy who got us 50,000 subs.
Ridiculously funny, too.
Yeah, alright.
And now we're frozen.
No, we're not.
Okay, that's better.
Alright, everyone.
That's better.
I'm going to be right back here on the Sorgy Sports Network.
Okay.
Presented by Sorgy Stories and the
Sorgy Sports Network.
And the Nick and Anthony podcast. College football predictions coming this week.
Listen to Odyssey Podcasts for all your great podcast needs because, well, I work there.
Why do I feel like I've heard that for all your great podcast needs?
Oh, yes.
Why do I feel like I've heard that before? Is that Tom Grossi?
No, that's unless he has an Odyssey podcast.
No, he doesn't.
Which he might. But yes.
Is that what Odyssey says?
Yes.
Okay, that's why. Considering how much you make me listen to KYW.
I work at KYW News Radio here in Philadelphia. That's why.
Let me listen to
Even
WIPG.
as Wisconsin sports fans, we live in Pennsylvania. We moved here because I got the job here in Philly. So that's why. And for those of the two of you who stayed on after we had the technical difficulties, thank you for sticking around with us. Thank you for sticking around with us. 2-1, Baltimore over Boston. And I mean, we just saw that they even had sort of like club seating for this game. Like they have like table type seating.
This is like the only snack we have. I just grabbed some Pringles. This is all we have.
Yes, well, we have other snacks.
Oh.
Unsolicited plug. Tasty cakes. They're fantastic.
I like these more.
Oh, those are outstanding too.
And they're candy.
But they're not made 15 minutes from our home.
True.
On the opposite side of the area. But yeah. It's sort of like for us in Wisconsin, Kringle, maybe. Mm-hmm. Although like a good boxed dessert. I can't think of anything in Wisconsin that's like a boxed dessert product.
Glazers from Quick Trip.
Well, but that's like but not mass produced. That's like sold in every single store in the supermarket in the area. You'd probably be talking Racine Crinkle.
Look at that award. Aaron Judge 4.0.
Arenado is next at 3.6. So
Rutschman.
Yeah, your boy John. Good job.
Rutschman 3.1 or 2.1.
We have a pitching change. A U.S. Cellular call to the mound. My Bob Picker voice.
Put that out of the game. And
a guy with much longer hair than I ever had when I was in baseball.
Judge AL, Goldie NL.
Yes.
They're two MVPs, so it makes it easy to pick.
I'll stop with the Bob Picker impersonation. Thank you. Sorry.
This is Amazon Prime Video.
He's much better at it. Although it just sort of morphs into generic, funny sportscaster. Like there's an HBO show, I want to say, or something like that, and it could be a different network. I just don't remember what it is. Of Brockmeyer. It's got bad words, so don't watch it. But it's about a sportscaster, and it's funny. And he sort of talks like that in real life. Like there's a scene where he gets a text during the middle of the game that his wife is divorcing him. And my wife is divorcing me. It's bad, but it's funny. It is funny. Going to the still in the sixth inning, the bottom of the sixth. As the pitching change occurs when we're watching Allegro commercials. So, yeah, I could use itching relief after working in the yard this weekend. Oh, my gosh.
I have a whole bunch of bug bites. I have a lot of bug bites.
Part of why we have not been doing vlogs has been just the amount of work we have to put in just everyday life things.
But it's so hot. It's hard to do outside.
Yeah. And that includes major renovation of our hedges, which I will complain about until I no longer own this house because they are ridiculous to keep up.
And there may be renovations happening to Sorgy Sports Studio soon, too.
Potentially, we're hoping to get this painted.
It's going to look fire.
It shall. It shall.
Hey, a lot of kids, some blue and gold.
Yeah, what?
Or no, that's green and gold, backwards.
Let's see, where are they from? Kleinsville someplace.
I don't know. Can you check if the Pennsylvania team won today?
I shall look.
If your thing is not bad.
It's back to functionality.
Good. That's Italy. That took me
the whole screen is Italy or Greece, I forget.
Mine's a whole bunch of clouds. That's my
Matt Strom.
Yeah, former Padre.
Matt Strom.
345.
Wearing a haircut from the 1989 group Cinderella.
Outside.
No relation to the fairy tale character. And the password is incorrect. Oh, come on. That's better.
Oh, no, I need to understand.
We are good now. Entering a broadcast studio. Runner on first, 2 out. Baltimore up 2-1. That's something we haven't been very good at. It's like what I told you about that Matt LePay did, the voice of the Badgers for so long, when he would he would hold this sort of sand timer. Every time it ran out, he would mention the score, the time of the situation, and keep fans up to date. Still does that, by the way. And I know that because I worked in the Badgers broadcast booth for 2 years as their pregame show host and postgame reporter. And yes, Pujols on Judge's pace for home runs.
Yeah.
He's bonkers. He is bonkers. What am I looking up again?
No. Oh. I don't remember.
If any of you know what I was supposed to look up again, tell us.
I don't know.
Man. We're more than 2 hours into the stream. It's yet to get to the 7th inning, so we're behind 3-hour pace for the game. Let's see. Meanwhile, I'll look up the band Cinderella since we're talking here. Since I impersonated Bob Uecker talking about it. It's a band that got big in the late 80s, but they're from Philly. They were big on MTV. They had their own MTV Unplugged episode. And I forever loved their cover of the Led Zeppelin song, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. That's where I really discovered Led Zeppelin for the first time. And then just, wow, that band's incredible. Cinderella, not as incredible. They were about hair. They were about loud sounds. But they weren't about, like, supreme quality of music. It was making hits. It was making hits. What it was about. It's fun. But they weren't groundbreakers. They were okay. Oh, I love that drone shot above the stadium.
Is that drone or helicopter?
I'm guessing drone.
Or Goodyear blimp.
Because it's so close.
True. The Goodyear blimp is always there.
Yeah. But they're never like that close to the stadium.
Also, when this game is done, whenever there we There we go.
We're back. Yeah, this is a frustrating day when it comes to technical difficulties and stuff. But
we're back on here.
up.
What?
Nope. Still just showing up as us. So I don't know what's going on. That said, 2-1 Baltimore. 2 runners on, 2 out. When I see those old Baltimore uniforms, I think back to Eddie Murray, Cal Ripken, the early 80s Baltimore Orioles. They're the team that gave the Milwaukee Brewers all the fits they could handle in the 1982 season before the Brewers finally came through and won the division. And then went on in 83 to win their own World Series, beating Philadelphia. Joey Foster.
Joey!
Howdy, guys. Hey, thank you for popping in.
I was actually just about to message you back on BSM. Yeah, what's up?
Thank you for
You
stopping
know,
by.
being glitchy here. Let me fix this. Joey, we've been having technical difficulties all stream.
But we are back live now as it is
Yeah, we're good.
the third out as we now head to the 7th inning. 2-1 Baltimore lead. We're a half inning away from the 7th inning stretch.
Wisconsin man here.
Yes,
The Wisconsin sportsman.
and Wisconsin sportsman daddy.
Yeah, the real Wisconsin sportsman.
Right, he's got a few years before we can technically call him that, but that's okay.
But that's what Luke calls me. So yeah, we were talking about the backyard ball earlier. Big game. Streaming that with our friends over at Statute Sports. That'll be exciting. Yeah,
so often what we do with these streams, it's not even as much us paying attention to the game as much as it is you're hanging with us while we watch the game. Sometimes we'll chime in deeply about what's going on with it. Sometimes we won't. If our teams are in it, like the Milwaukee Brewers or the Green Bay Packers or Wisconsin Badgers, West Virginia Mountaineers, of course, with my wife being from West Virginia, Marquette basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks, we'll be much more into it.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
For the backyard brawl, I'll be really into it. I've been,
Thank you.
I was explaining earlier. It's like we were explaining how the Red Sox and Yankees didn't play for 10 years. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's to our baseball people. Like it's such a big rivalry, and it means so much to our fan base.
Yeah. And someday we're going to get you to West Virginia football game.
Yeah, I've never been. I'm hoping to go soon.
We've gone though to a West Virginia the blue versus gold scrimmage, the spring game. That was where they only used one sideline for all the fans to sit on.
Yeah.
And we were, I want to say, 4 or 5 rows from former West Virginia great quarterback and Super Bowl winning quarterback Jeff Hostetler.
Yeah. And also, if you haven't yet, everyone, make sure you go sub to Golden Blue Dude if you like college football. Joey and GBD have done a great job posting videos every day. And if you love conference realignment,
that is maddening what's going on with that.
As it's become a huge thing, and Golden Blue Dude is I would say, essentially the king of realignment rooms. If there's a way, I've been saying this the last couple days, if there's a way it can happen, Golden Blue Dude will talk about it.
By far.
And that is, if you love that, I'm there more than anything because these are my people over there.
Yeah.
I've been over there for over a year. And Joey and I have emailed back and forth about, stuff. I'm one of the moderators over there, and they got a great team.
I love watching this game. I love the picturesque setting of it just being in this 5,000 seat, if that, stadium, this Baltimore-Boston game, under the lights, national television, but it feels like it's a small minor league park, and with these kids that love the game, that are there as Little League World Series participants watching their heroes.
Joey, I wish we could make it to Pittsburgh. He's working that night.
Yep.
That's why we're streaming it. But I'd love to meet Major Harris, the Wolfman, Brian, Joe, all those guys.
Remind me who the Wolfman is. Was that
So,
Schmidt?
I thought it. I don't know.
Was it Schmidt from the 2017?
I know he's been on Golden Blue Dude's channel though. I know
Oh,
that
wow.
much. But yeah, these are. But yeah, Joey. I wish we could. I so wish we could go to Pittsburgh. That. It's only 5 hours, and it's like 6 hours to Morgantown. It's not bad, but
Still not a same day trip for us.
yeah, not the same deal. We could do Williamsport.
Possibly
We should
for a
do
day game.
Yeah. Also, Albert Pujols, 5th all time in home runs. Now,
He's just 8 from 700.
and he's 4 from passing Alex Rodriguez. From time.
Get past A-Rod, get to 700 Albert. Just don't do it against the Brewers, please.
Yes.
That's all he asks.
Joey, so today is MLB. Next weekend is going to be MLB. But we're working with some channels to do some joint streams.
Yep.
To do so we're like what you guys do with the West Virginia at the Voice of College Football and the Voice of College Football itself. We're working on doing some joint streams for more so we can get more college football. Because usually on Saturdays we're busy, but if we can get some guest hosts. I mean, here we go. Brian Joe's WEAC was 1988. Dave Wolfley was 88.
Oh! Dave Wolfley, okay.
Yes. We have a new Mountaineer Legend show. Okay.
Oh, sweet. Now, Dave Wolfley, I believe, is related to Ron Wolfley, the radio color commentator of the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
And if he sounds anything like Ron, it sounds crazy. Because I remember one time, I worked for the Packers radio network, we would get all the broadcast feeds from all the different NFL radio networks. And I remember Ron Wolfley doing he does games with Dave Pash.
Yeah.
On the Cardinals.
Love Dave Pash.
Yeah. And so Pash was doing this kickoff return call, the touchdown. Touchdown, Arizona Cardinals! And then you hear just out of the blue, wow! Buttery sweet is the well-executed kickoff return.
Yes, Dale Wolfley.
Related to Ron? Oh, yeah. Then that's fun. Up. We got a long one. Not enough. Warning trap power.
Still no homers today.
Still no homers in this very non-home run friendly park. We're going to the middle of the 7th inning.
Mullins,
2-1 Baltimore.
Mullins, Rutschman, and
which of course means we got some singing to do.
Oh, here we go.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back low. It's root for the Brewers
and Phillies.
If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And then we do the other one, shall we?
Bum, bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum, bum. Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel. We got the Blues on the run. Zing, boom, Terrell. What's a Terrell? Ring out a song of good cheer. Now it's time to roll out the barrel for the gang's all here.
Go Brewers!
Go Brewers!
That's our kind of thing.
Now, what do the Phillies do again? Do they do a post "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" song? I forget.
I'm singing along with you. Yes, Hodag. Yes.
Oh, amen. That's awesome. That's awesome. And we gained viewers because we were singing.
Good. Yeah, Joey, I'm going to be, if you're still here, I'm going to be over with Ballard. And as soon as this game's done, I'll be stopping by for a little bit with on Ballard's stream. Thank you, Joey. But I've got some college football predictions to record podcast for tomorrow. So that'll be it. I've got the Nick and Anthony podcast morning show and college football predictions to record tomorrow, which will be fun. Getting all that stuff done.
Excellent.
That'll be interesting. And also, Joey, thanks. I saw that we got 5 new subscribers from
We appreciate it.
GBD.
Big time.
Thanks for the shout outs. I'm hoping that people, since GBD is going to be at the game, that people will be like, aren't those Sorgy Stories guys?
Yep.
Moderators on GBD. And since GBD ain't streaming, maybe I should go over there. That's what I'm hoping for. Because I'd like to get, because, it's a big game. And we're trying to grow the sports audience. We have a big travel audience, but not as much sports.
And by the way, as I'm watching the broadcast on ESPN of the Baltimore-Boston game that we're currently doing the stream discussion of and surrounding, Kevin Plawecki loves pasta.
Oh, that's cool. I'm trying to get
random facts on Sorgy Stories.
Hold on, I gotta get it right there. That's a score to the game.
Yes.
But yeah,
2-1 Baltimore.
2-1 O's, bottom of the 7th here.
We should talk some Baltimore because we were there.
Baltimore! I'll be right back.
We have been to Baltimore 3 times since we moved here. Actually, no, twice. We've been to the city of Baltimore twice.
I've been there.
The kid and Anonymami have been there another separate time. So we'll perhaps get a little bit of that from there. But we've been there twice for games. The last vlog that we did was for back in April when the Brewers took on the Baltimore Orioles when we were there with Just Call Me Annie. Harrison Sawyer! How you doing? How are you? Thanks for popping in. The kid's going to be back in a little bit. I can tell you, by the way, we've seen 2 games of your Tampa Bay Rays against the Milwaukee Brewers. There will be video of that at some point as we down the road get back to doing some vlogging. We will do that. We've been to Baltimore twice. We saw the Brewers play the Orioles in April. Harrison.
I got my O's cap on.
And then we saw the Packers back in December take on the Baltimore Ravens in what I still think is one of the best NFL games that year of last season. Just a ridiculously good game. And we've fallen in love with that city in some ways. We got to really enjoy it.
Baltimore's a small, more chill Philly.
That's true. It's got its East Coast accent. It's got a little bit of an East Coast strength and attitude, but
Harrison, we were at
much more fun.
We were at the sweep of the Rays in Milwaukee. We were at both games. I had which the Brewers needed those sweeps, by the way.
They did.
We needed it bad.
But I think it's going to be just as much about the experience of what the place is like when we do this vlogs than it is the result, too. So please don't take too much offense to the video itself. But I got to tell you, the Wednesday walk-off win, we got some spectacular video of the key moments of that game.
Joey, my man, I appreciate you because
you are awesome.
I really, we've gotten 1K, but getting watch hours and all that fun stuff, that can,
we appreciate that.
And everyone watching, go subscribe to Golden Blue Dude because
he's been a big uniter for a lot of channels.
If you love college football, especially realignment and what could happen, it's awesome. It's awesome.
So there you go, Harris. You know what we should have done though?
Yeah.
Instead of doing roll off the barrel or as well as roll off the barrel, since this technically is a Baltimore home game, you know what to play.
Thank God, country ball. Okay, I'm not gonna even try.
Cakes on the Griddle is involved.
Yeah.
Playing a lot of fiddle is involved.
I forget the exact. It goes too fast for me to remember.
Yeah.
But I know I can sing it with the song. Because, John Denver, almost 7.
West Virginia.
If WVU wins, I will sing that. And you'll probably be off work by that time, so maybe you can help sing
possibly. Yeah, I may pop into the stream after work's done at that point. Because that'll be fourth quarter, I believe. Now, I may have to see if Anonymami can sing. Anonymami! Do you know all the lyrics to Thank God I'm a Country Boy? She doesn't know. Either that or she does know and she doesn't want to be on the stream, but that's okay. That's okay. Harrison Sawyer, have we been yet to Yankee Stadium?
We're
Not yet.
waiting to see the Brewers there.
Yep, we are.
We've seen the Brewers in every stadium exclusively, except for
Anaheim.
Angel Stadium and the Phillies. I've been to
Yeah.
non-Brewer.
Right.
I've seen the Phillies play the Padres.
And
Special trip.
when I was in college, I saw the Cubs back when the Brewers were in the American League, so the Cubs could be level. I saw them play a weekday doubleheader against the San Diego Padres, and we baked in the center field stands above the batter's eye. That was so much fun. And they were even doing the beer cup snakes then.
Yes, I love watching those.
They were doing it back in the 90s. When you go, Harrison says, spend a little extra on the tour before the game. Dad, and you loved it. Yes.
Harrison. I watched it. Awesome.
10,000 times true.
We're hoping next year that they do.
10,000 times true.
Hodag.
Yeah. we are glad to provide.
So I just put in a thing. So also pin link, join our fantasy football league, football fans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking we might end up having to draft next weekend, depending on during our stream next weekend. We might have to
during the middle of the stream. That'd be fun, like live discussion during a Brewers Cubs game with your college football.
No, during fantasy football.
During fantasy football.
Doing a fantasy football live draft on YouTube. But MLB. So I put in, what does everyone want us to do? Get a little of the fan feedback. MLB, NFL, NBA, and then college football, basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. So right now MLB's leaving. Because we have Joey with the Mountaineers. We have Hodag, Packers, Brewers. We have Cardinals, Rays. We have Harrison with the Rays.
Did you create a character in there for Nanamami?
Yeah. What?
No. Because we asked about what
Sure.
you said the Nanamami.
Well, it only lets you do 4.
Okay, that's true.
I have been doing polls on the podcast, like what's your favorite sport,
Nice.
that kind of stuff.
It's feedback.
Yeah, I like getting feedback. The Spotify, and especially what we use, Anchor, lets you get a lot of feedback. Go Blues! I don't mind the Blues, Sean. Don't mind them at all. I'm a Preds fan and a Flyers fan, technically, but I don't watch hockey. I have a Flyers jersey.
Yeah.
And the number 2 are the Predators because,
Milwaukee Admirals' relationship with them, the Ads being the AHL team. Now, I've been to a Blackhawks Red Wings game. Those are maniacal. Those are fun. I was a Blackhawks fan at that game. I've become more of a Flyers fan since we moved to Philly. But I'm not a Blackhawks fan that dives into the hatred of the rivals. So I'm all good with you, Blues fans. I'm all good with you, Red Wings fans. You're good. You're all good.
Joey, yeah. Man, we try. He's the one who referred me to Golden Blue Dude. And now, even though you were the pregame show host.
Yep.
You were a pregame show host on the Badgers Radio Network. I'm the college football fanatic in the house. He's the guy that when I'm like, when I'm like, Golden Blue Dude, in GBD's newest video, he said this. Do you think it's what do you think about this scenario and this scenario? And he'll give me his feedback on whatever. That's what he's the guy that I go to for anything about, like, what's the most probable thing to happen. And I said it, Joe, you probably saw it in the last comment section. I'm expecting a Notre Dame, Oregon, Washington, and Stanford move to the Big Ten as the next move. But that's just from me kind of analyzing the data, looking at kind of reports I've seen.
I would love, and I'm begging for WVU and Pitt to go to the Big Ten once they would get to the 32-team leagues.
I love it. I just don't know if WVU is going to make the cut because we're the lowest Power 5 team in revenue per the Wall Street Journal's 2018 report. But I think that there's still a way in.
Yeah.
It just, I think one move from Notre Dame or Clemson and it's all going to fall.
True.
That's what's going to happen.
And then to figure out what that will look like.
Yeah, it could be. Who knows? It could be 24. It could be It could be anywhere from.
It could be next week.
It could be 32. It could be 48. It could be 64.
but
You
it
know-
could come in 2024, or it could come next week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
We don't know what's
crazy.
going to happen.
Crazy, I tell you.
Stop, please.
It's my job. I'm a
I
dad.
know. But yeah, so this is more than anything just for anyone new, father and son's advantage.
Yeah.
About sports, travel, food. Joey, we did a college football thing. We did do a Badgers Rutgers video,
Mhm.
and we did a Rose Bowl stream. That was fun.
Oh, Harrison,
Yes,
that's
I
cool.
also saw Harrison. I don't comment that much because I never think to, but I watch most of your videos because I love the real on it. Like I'm thinking going blue. I love the MLB The Show. Like whenever I actually get PS5, which I'm hoping is this year,
Mhm.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, I like already have like a stadium drawn up ready
Nice.
to go, so I can just put this props in because it's fun making stadiums and it takes time, but it's fun.
And John Jansen, your rankings of the Big Four sports, you sound like a St. Louian, and I understand why you do. Have baseball as number 1, hockey is number 2. Those are the sports for St. Louis. They have the major pro sports right now, the NFL number 3, basketball number 4. I'm still more, I love doing baseball with you.
Yeah.
Baseball has been such a huge bond for us. So I think for that reason, I would bump it up to number 2 behind the NFL. When I used to have it number 3. Basketball, I did play-by-play of basketball, of pro basketball, the minor leagues, the Continental Basketball Association. I probably know that game as well as I know any. I love basketball. Philadelphia is a basketball town,
It
too.
is. It is.
Wilt Chamberlain was born here. Earl the Pearl Monroe was born here. How many great NBA superstars came from here? The Sixers. 5 different college programs that have been to the Final Four. This city loves hoops.
Yes. So, Joey, Notre Dame won't join the Big Ten for 2 reasons. Number 1, they've been blackballed twice from there, so Pride won't let them. 2, as long as Michigan is there, they won't go because Michigan won't let them in.
That's not going to matter at all.
Really?
Because I think Notre Dame is going to be able to give the Big Ten more revenue.
That is true.
And Notre Dame wants Big Ten revenue because they are going to now the Big Ten will now make more money per team in the new contract that they just signed with NBC, CBS, and Fox than Notre Dame would be able to make going by themselves. And I know that they had that $100 million pullout clause with the ACC. They'll make that up.
Yeah. And
I think they're going in.
And because it would be like 2 years and they're already making stuff. And then Harrison, Stadium Creator is definitely the best game mode in MLB The Show. Hopefully you can get a PS5. By the way, have you seen all the new props? No, you should I know that you did that prop video at first. You should do like one with the new props. That would be cool. And like also, what I haven't found a good thing about is like I've been curious like what all the batter's eyes and that kind of stuff looks like. Because when I see it, like on your videos are great, and I love kind of seeing all the different props, and it's interesting because like what could go in an MLB stadium in the future?
I think we just saw a Boston Red Sox pitcher have another ball 5-hole through his legs, but this time it went for an out to keep the Baltimore lead down to 2-1 as they go to the 8th inning. But I love being able to say that a baseball went 5-hole through the pitcher's leg.
But I think that I hope for PS5 and also Notre Dame in the Big Ten is just it feels right.
Yeah.
It just
makes all the sense in the world.
It feels right. Now for us as Marquette fans, Big East fans for basketball, it brings in an interesting picture of what happens to the Big East.
I don't think the Big East in itself as a unit changes, but I think their national importance will drop.
Yes, if there's a Super League, I think in a split from the NCAA, that'll happen. Harrison, I know you're a Florida State fan. What do you think of all this? Here, endowment at Notre Dame, they could really care less about $25 million. Last thing they want is being told what they can and can't do.
The endowment is they say that for academics. They try not to touch endowments when it comes to athletic departments. They're business people. That's why they got to deal with NBC. They have been with NBC because a solo deal with NBC can make them. Now, this is, by the way, no problem with you at all, Joey, in any way, shape, or form. It's just a discussion point. So yeah. You're all good. You're all good. NBC has had this contract with Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's agreed to it because they know that they can make more money with a TV contract as an independent than they could by joining a conference.
Yep.
It's been that way now for 32 years. That changes with a new contract. If NBC and Notre Dame, or Notre Dame and whoever, come and make a deal and say, okay, we can top $70 million a year, we can top $80 million a year with our deal, then Notre Dame stays. But I don't think that's going to happen, especially considering that NBC's ratings for Notre Dame football last year stunk. And that's with a team that came off a year where they were national championship contenders and are still a darn good program. And they just are not getting the revenue.
So, Joe, I proposed on a call-in show, and before all this got crazy, an ACC plus an ACC Big East. I just don't see the conferences being interested, considering how much football dominates now.
And especially considering how many different members of those two conferences, when it comes to football, are going to immigrate to the Big Ten and the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to matter.
Harrison, yeah, I plan on doing that soon. My office AC is still broken, so it's been difficult to keep up with content. LOL, the company has been very slow sending the part out, but hoping it'll be fixed by this weekend. To be honest, I don't follow college football enough to really know, but I watch baseball. Has been the sport I've been obsessed with. Same. Baseball is my number one. Although now that I'm working for you're working for the Bucks now too.
Wait.
You're working for the
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You're working for the Tampa Bay.
How is he working for the Milwaukee Bucks while living in Tampa?
So you're working for the Rays and the Bucks now.
That's awesome.
I want to really get into football. Oh, I love football, man. Football is like, I'll take football, basketball, baseball any day. Just put it in front of my face. I don't care. I'll watch it.
You'll see how passionate he is if you go back to our Packers Baltimore-Ravens vlog. And we've got ourselves a tie game. Home run, Boston Red Sox. 2-2 after no scoring since the second inning. Home run.
8th inning.
Who is this?
That is. Who is it? I don't know who that is.
Number 16 on the roster. I didn't catch the name.
Cordero. Frenchie Cordero. They got him in the. A while ago, when they got Hunter Renfroe from San Diego.
That's right.
That was in the Hunter Renfroe deal.
That's right. So we have a tie ball game. We could have some extra innings here.
Oh, I'm crazy, but not crazy enough to fly between Tampa Bay and MK.
Work remotely.
Yvette, Joey's wife.
Hey, hello. How are you?
We've got the whole Foster family.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Now, Harrison, I do have to tell you, when I started this job here in Philadelphia, we were still living in Milwaukee. For 3 months, I was operating out of the temporary Milwaukee bureau. You can work anywhere in the country almost and still be able to complete a job if your work is computer related. If you don't have to be in person, you could do so many jobs from South America if you need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all doable. It's all doable.
John, you're right. No real setting in the outfield like it is at the normal 15,000 seat stadium that can, what would that be? 40 minus 15?
25,000 lawn seats.
Lawn seats. So driving half an hour to St. Pete is already long enough. Yeah. An hour and a half, not half hour. But we have college football in here. We have. Oh, by the way, I'm a Wisconsin sports fan. There's a reason I'm wearing my WVU shirt.
Because my wife, your mommy,
Uh-huh.
is a huge West Virginia fan because she's from West Virginia.
I always give my credit more than anything, though, to my grandma, who
That's
really
true.
got me into Mountaineer football and now into this stuff.
That's true.
Eat Balia Travel. What's up, guys? I'd like some
Eat
NFL.
Balia Travel. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Where are you right now? Are you in Mexico? Are you in Chicago? We've missed you. We haven't been doing much vlogging because of life, but we're still doing some live streams here and there just for fun until we can get back to vlogging, which is on the way at some point.
NFL coverage is coming, I can tell you.
Yep.
Durango, Mexico. We were talking about
wow.
Mexico earlier, watching MLB, talking about Monterrey when the MLB played there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I thought about looking at other sports teams. Yeah.
That's awesome.
The drive, I'm guessing, to 2,500, I'm guessing, Joey is saying, has begun for you. Joey, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Now, to everyone in chat, if you're anywhere near Philadelphia, DM us on Instagram.
Yes.
Let us know. Email us or email us somewhere on our channel.
Love to meet up with you.
Joey, if you're ever Baltimore Army-Navy game or Philly, wherever it is.
That, by the way, is on our bucket list.
Yeah,
An Army-Navy game here in Philly.
All this stuff. Yes, John. I just actually saw that a little bit ago too. Before you came, I think we were talking about that. Awesome.
Would you go, John? Would you go to London to see them?
I so wish we could go to Packers Giants in London.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
The thing you want to do. This is the guy to talk about it with broadcasting. Because, I mean, Packers Radio Network.
I was on there for 22 years.
Basketball, yeah, you've done a lot.
I did play-by-play of minor league basketball. I did 3 years as a pregame show host and reporter with the Wisconsin Badgers Radio Network.
He was telling me about a Little League All-Star game he did. I'm like,
what? That was a play-by-play voice of a Little League All-Star game in Milwaukee. On Time Warner Sports 32. I also did play-by-play of Division III college football. Yeah. Back in Wisconsin.
Harry, well, it ends up, so we were going to contact you, and then when you said you were in New York, that's when we were about to leave for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
When you were in New York. We were literally about to hit the road, like, 2 days later. So and he was working that week, it would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you come Philly to see the Phillies, let us know because,
Let's see now. I'm trying to think of all the games we've been to this year.
I get you, John. I get you.
Yeah. The games we've been to this year that we've already vlogged were, you've seen Brewers Baltimore. You've seen the Reading Fighting Phils that we attended that game
with Zach Campbell.
And we had a chance to meet him.
Philly captain, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Zach Campbell doesn't stink, but you don't either, Captain.
Nope, you're all good.
There's a whole thing in here.
So then we've also vlogged the famous Angel Hernandez game.
We did. That is going to be interesting.
Yes.
Talking, if anyone knows about when Kyle Schwarber exploded on Angel Hernandez Sunday Night Baseball, we were there, and we gave reaction to it. We were there in the stadium, got some awesome footage of the stadium's reaction.
Yes, John Jansen, if you can highlight that.
Zach Campbell.
Zach Campbell, yep, exactly.
You saw Campbell at the Trop this week. Awesome.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we got a meet and greet. I have his autograph and Finlay Chris upstairs. He's awesome.
And then
and also Harrison. Yes. Love Baltimore, love New York. We another one we haven't joked, Washington.
We have 2 games that we did in Washington that we're going to show you.
And Baltimore's great.
Baltimore's fantastic. A game against the New York Mets.
Yes.
That we did. Let's see.
I wish we could have made Phillies Mets yesterday. The 7 line was there.
Right. 3 more games in Milwaukee.
Yep.
That we did.
2 against the Rays, 1 against the Reds.
And we have 1 more coming up to end the baseball season.
What?
1 more baseball vlog.
I don't know about
Yes,
this.
you do.
Oh! I thought you were talking MLB. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
So 9
I'm
baseball
excited
vlogs
for that.
total. Yep. We'll keep you in suspense on that one.
Yeah, I would say something, but I'm not going to.
Right. But definitely worth checking out. So we're eventually going to have 9 baseball vlogs for the year, 7 coming up. So stay tuned on that.
John, he loves Milwaukee. He always talks about how it's one of the most awesome foul ball spots. And he likes Philly, too.
Yeah. Tremendous.
Hold on. So, Harrison. CJ, Wisconsin sports fan. And Pops. Our college football. What should I call you? Our former college football radio host.
Aha.
That's gonna be your title. You gotta like call into Uncle Lou's show to talk some Wisconsin football.
That'd be fun.
Because Lou is funny. City Field and such. So we, Harrison, have hit every Central stadium except for we started in the Central because closest to Milwaukee.
Where we live.
And we don't have Kansas City.
Kansas City's still on our list.
And then we have Miami, Atlanta, Tampa, Toronto, Yankees. Red Sox, so 6.
7 actually.
7. Wow.
6 in the East, and then Kansas City.
Yeah. So no, I'm just talking. So in the East we have 6 because we've hit the Phillies, Mets, Nats, and O's.
Right. And so in the West we have 7.
The West, yeah, we have the Astros, Rangers, Angels, Dodgers.
No, we've done Dodgers.
Oh yeah, we did Angels,
Padres,
Rockies, Mariners,
Giants.
Yeah. CJ. Today we've had this has been a fun stream. We have a mix of MLB, NFL, college football,
travel,
food, all sorts of stuff, destinations.
A whole bunch of conglomeration of different communities that have all come together here, which we love. I
wish I could say the same about our Bucks, but you are a Warriors fan. Oh, we were talking. CJ and I were talking in a YouTube chat about how when you look at the Chiefs and Warriors, and when you look at the Chiefs, Warriors, and Braves, you probably say bandwagon, and then you see Georgia Tech, and you're like,
that's not a bandwagon team. You love them because you love them.
Yeah, and I mean it's the same for the Brewers when we were bad. Like when the team's bad, but Georgia Tech is going to be on the outside.
How would you describe a game at Bobby Dodd? What is Grant Field Bobby Dodd Stadium like? Tell us.
When you come to Tampa Bay, let me know. I get good price tickets in the corner. Harrison, I will. We will DM you when we come.
And also, by the way, that is the home base of another fantastic storyteller on YouTube, Melanie.
Oh yeah, Melanie.
Check her out.
Awesome.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
John.
been such a support to us.
John, they do have awesome. Milwaukee has this big walkway right by Bob Eager's booth. It's awesome. Another kind of thing that will be. I clicked on the wrong thing. How do I fix it?
It's gonna take a second. Just let it go. It's gonna take a second.
Right.
We'll be all right. But as you were saying.
How? Oh, and Valley of Travel says. There we go. Oh, hold on. Wrong comment. I keep clicking wrong. More disappointing season. White Sox.
That's true. That's sad.
White Sox can still make it. Mm-hmm. They're only 3.5 out from the wild card, but the division is like this. All these teams aren't that good in the Central. Same with the NL Central. So they have a chance. Also, we are not on TikTok, Harrison. I think hopefully we'll get that in.
Oh, and by the way, Angle. Red Sox, Orioles, ouch.
Nick,
too.
As long as everything's good with your family.
Yep. Now, Eat by the Travel talking White Sox. We were discussing this earlier with once baseball eventually gets to 32 teams, which I think is happening.
Yeah.
About setting up the schedule because they're going to redo the schedules now this year, where you essentially create 8 14 divisions. You still have like the AL and NL, but your travel setup and your schedule setup is based a lot more on the region in order to keep rivalries going. So imagine your White Sox getting 14 games a year against Cleveland, Detroit, and Minnesota, but you get 12 against the Cubs, Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Colorado. What would you think? Oh, we got a little bit of reaction from
CJ talking about
CJ.
bandwagons. Exactly. You don't have to prove. Yeah, exactly. I get a guy who likes their teams, and I don't mind it. I have nothing. Even people, if someone's a bandwagon, I don't care. Well, it just annoys me when I'm literally in full Bucks gear talking about how I'm from Milwaukee, and the Bucks are down 20, and I get called a bandwagon. That's just what doesn't make sense to me.
I wonder if people think that because we're living in Philadelphia, but you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan. Now we have a reason for obvious reasons. We moved here from Milwaukee, but we keep our team. But people may not grab that immediately.
Also, awesome, Harrison. Yeah, I did leave my bag at Nick's house. Nick, so we're talking college football, NFL. We're just talking everything. Nick, why are you in suffrage considering that you're a... Hold on, let me show you.
Oh, he's suffering?
He's suffering from the Phillies, is what he said.
Oh, for totally understandable reasons.
But you Nick, you have the... You don't need to... You would like some NHL stuff.
Did they just take a Red Sox run off the board? No, the video went back to the second inning.
Oh, that's not good.
That's weird. He fixed that.
Nick. Yes, the Brewers and White Sox did have a good rivalry. The White Sox almost moved to Milwaukee before the Brewers came. If you're ever at one okay thing was the Super Bowl. But I mean, you have two Super Bowls. You got the Rams, you got the Eagles, you have all the Warriors rings. Like, I mean, dude, I have 2 rings in my lifetime. Exactly. You're a Warriors fan since 2010. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not questioning at all. I don't think that. Like, I'm not gonna question you.
You're all good, bud.
Yeah, you're all good.
You are all good.
You're awesome. The AL East is one. I think now Nick might disagree and say that it's the NL East, but
man, the comments are coming in fast.
Nick, thank you. I've always I like the Warriors because when I was little, Steph Curry, was awesome. So they're technically my West team, but like I'm not a fan of them at all.
Yeah, I'm a West team. I'm a Bucks fan.
John and a Sixers fan a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Go Sixers. If they bring back the navy blue Spectrum jerseys, I'm getting PJ Tucker. I'm getting PJ Tucker because I love PJ Tucker.
I will agree with that.
We dogs, Milwaukee. We dogs. Yeah, totally, John. Totally. Yeah, everyone, let us know who all of your teams are.
Yeah.
We have 8 in here, so I'm guessing Nick, John, CJ. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Nick. Harrison,
Epilo Travel.
Yeah, Epilo Travel. We might still have Yvette in here.
And I do admit, CJ, your name reminds me. What does this kid having done to his hair? Like putting a bunch of like
cotton balls.
Cotton balls on it. Okay.
They're making him look cool. They're making him look like George Washington.
Oh my gosh, that's true. That's true. Now, that's what I love about Little League Baseball. It's just the fun, the relaxation, the fact that it's kids being kids.
So what were you saying about CJ?
Oh, what am I saying about CJ?
Yeah.
When I worked at the Green Bay Packers radio network, there was a year when the Packers had a player named AJ Hawk, BJ Raji, CJ Wilson, and DJ Williams, tight end.
DJ.
He had an AJ, a BJ, a CJ, and a DJ, all on the same NFL team. Cool. Just brilliant. And of course, we had a color commentator who still does the games, by the way, Larry McCarron, who's outstanding. But he talks like this. Wayne, what do you think they need to do here? Wayne. So, and then they would do post-game interviews. So he would come on and they would do these interviews down in the locker room. AJ, BJ, CJ, DJ.
No JJ.
There were no JJs.
All right, so Harrison.
real quick, but there was
Yeah.
an MD Jennings.
See, I've,
MD.
see, I've never been the type to have two teams I like in sports, but I've been somewhat of a Braves fan too because of the Tomahawk Chop, like FSU does. Makes sense. They both do it. I think I've followed them the last 4 years. CJ saying, "Oh, I know you guys are awesome. Besides sports, not getting worked up. That yeah." John, what's happening on the TV? We're trying to figure it out.
Let's see. We got it fixed now.
No JJ Watt. Come on, JJ. Why didn't you come to Green Bay? Come on.
It's 2-2, bottom of the 8th, so we have the live feedback. So we're
No,
good.
I can't do any. I can't say nothing bad. He has COVID. I don't want to.
Yeah, JJ Watt's good, dude.
I like JJ Watt. You interviewed him.
Yeah. I actually had a chance to interview him several times when I was with the Wisconsin Badgers radio network. And I noticed from back at that point, when he was just sort of the middle of the road defensive end, he improved so dramatically between the start of his junior year and the end of his senior year. He was so off the charts, skyrocketing in his skill level, that it was just insane. Just insane. And I remember the 4 letters that he had on his dog tags that he would wear. And they said DBWH. Dream big, work hard. Just incredible.
And his little brother TJ also went to Wisconsin. Same for Derek, right? The fullback.
I thought he went to Northwestern,
Gotcha.
but he may have transferred to Wisconsin.
Derek Watt.
So yes, in the Watt family, there's a JJ.
University of Wisconsin-Madison.
He transferred there, okay.
It doesn't even mention Northwestern.
Because originally he was going to go to Northwestern.
Well, maybe
But
he's
switched it up.
uncommitted.
That's very possible. That is very, very possible. 1 out in this game, and it's 2-2, and we need to fix the score, by the way, for that reason.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's my fault too.
When
My fault too.
I'm gonna need like something reminding me during the backyard brawl when you're not on here with me, because I'm gonna be like so into this game giving analysis. Okay, we are on the daddy cam here, as our normal feed that you usually see from over there isn't working.
I need the mouse.
Oh yeah, you kind of need the mouse.
Because you're not.
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
There you go, there, guy.
And I gotta fix the sling
No,
again.
no one's watching anything on another device unless Anonymous just started. Really, it's not Anonymous.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's possible the neighbors maybe have it and they're doing the same thing.
I don't think the neighbors have something, but
They might. That's what never log in.
Nick, it's
Now, why is it the Caribbean team? God bless the fact that there's a Caribbean team and they're awesome because they're part of Little League Baseball. But
Nick, what we hung out.
yeah,
What's so text me? What's so special about today?
hanging out, have an awesome time.
I didn't know if it was something, or because he said he had family stuff. I didn't know if something happened.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Let us know.
I know that there is plenty of things happening in the Master Polito house, as I was just there earlier.
Mhm.
No backyard.
Most importantly, the fact that they now have spotted cow.
Huh? Nick, no backyard brawl. What about the backyard brawl?
Yeah, he may be occupied.
Oh.
But what's more important is that they have whatever it is that's going on. They have spotted cow with which they can celebrate.
They do have spotted cow in Secret Stadium sauce.
And spotted cow and marinara sauce from Oreos was back in Milwaukee. Check out that video. Great Italian deli in the city of Milwaukee. Definitely check that out. And spotted cow is the best beer in Wisconsin. At least most will give it that review, and it is outstanding. It is outstanding.
Oh, it's going to be special on the Backyard Brawl stream.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
I'm so excited to cheer for Pitt for the ACC. CJ, you're fine. You can cheer for Pitt in our stream. I don't care.
That's
I'm hoping we actually get some, unless it's October. Alright, so Nick is gonna be an uncle, and the due date is October 7th. That's what he said.
Yes.
It's gonna be special. Oh, you're talking. What about the backyard brawl? The fact that we haven't played in 10 years? Oh,
What's this?
Happy Odag. I've been to the brewery.
Boom.
In Blair's.
It is outstanding. They have some beers that are not that have some names that we wouldn't necessarily mention.
Put on stream, yeah.
But they have others like Oofta!
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 Okay.
Any kind of beer that's named Oofta is perfect.
Yeah, no, there, guy. Oh,
yep.
I lost my hat. There, guy. Charlie Barron's guy.
Thank you, Happy Hodak, for not minding us going into the deep Wisconsin Northwoods accent.
Oh, yeah, dear.
Because we're not from the Northwoods, but we are from Wisconsin. We love it. It's home.
Yeah, it's fun. It was so weird being in Wisconsin and getting to, like, actually, like, in Philly, you can't just go past people, hi. In Wisconsin, you're like, hey,
yep.
How you doing? Because, you know.
Exactly.
It's Wisconsin.
Midwest kind.
Yeah.
Midwest kind. That's us.
Tasted like bubble gum there.
Huh.
That's cool.
Bubblegum beer. I have upstairs a beer that I have not yet tried. I may wait. It probably won't be tonight, but it's a chocolate porter from Wisconsin Brewing Company.
I'll tell you, awesome. Georgia, Bama. Okay, I agree on Ohio State. Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee, I'm cool with. I actually have a Tennessee pillow. Oh, Harry. Hi, Harry. I applied for a Lightning broadcast assistant. Thought that would be cool to work for 3 major Florida. So besides the Heat and Magic. Yeah.
I have called games for the Lightning. Not that Lightning.
The Rockford Lightning of a Continental Basketball
Association. In fact, I still remember finding a letter in the archives of the team when I was working in Rockford because they showed up. They were there before the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they had made an agreement. Oh, this is so cool. I'll get to that in a second. Chirinos of the Orioles is playing rock, paper, scissors with the fans.
That's how you ask for a ball. If you want to be fun, hey, can I get a ball with rock, paper, scissors? I lose in rock. Nick, you need to try that because you always beat me in that.
But when I was with the Rockford Lightning, they had this letter of sort of a legal agreement that they made with the Tampa Bay Lightning to give the Lightning permission to use the name because the Rockford Lightning were the first major pro sports team in North America and in the U.S. to use the name Lightning.
Yeah.
And they came into an agreement that Tampa Bay made with them to say, okay, yeah, we can use the name Lightning. And I don't know if there was any money involved. Oh, they're throwing bubble gum at. It looks like the Red Sox staff are like throwing bubble gum at the young fans while a pitch is being thrown at an Orioles player, which means 2 on, 1 out in a 2-2 game. And Alex Cora is getting on his cell phone to order some sort of crab cakes.
Even though they're a million sport. I'm trying to. I'm waiting for this to go out. I hit the wrong button again.
This is not a purposeful hit by pitch because, of course, the game's tied. They're in the 8th inning. They're not trying to hit each other. Yes, it is very, very interesting.
Yes. So, Florida, Miami. Just remind Miami fans we're their bigger brother 8 out of 12. Very soon we'll be Florida's bigger brother.
Nice.
Oh, we're still okay. Sling keeps going out. Okay, so Nick, what's gonna be so special about the Backyard Brawl stream that we're gonna be getting promoted on Golden Blue Dude about the stream? Is that what's up?
He's got something
planned. Else.
He's got something planned.
Nick, just I'm gonna ask one thing. Nick already knows this, and also for everyone in the chat, we have strict our moderators are they don't mess around. So yeah, Nick the Legend will be coming after you if you use any non-friendly family language or if you say anything offensive.
He's a legend.
He is a legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Be careful.
And our co-host, Nick. So the co-host on the Backyard Brawl, Stat Sheet Sports, was the one who gave Nick the name Nick the Legend, too.
I'll be right back.
So that was fun. MSU, UF. I forget who I had winning that game. Everyone, if you want, so tomorrow that's gonna be Pac-12 predictions for me. Then we're gonna be doing on the Nick and Anthony podcast, by the way. Sorry about that. Then we're gonna be doing the Big 12 Tuesday. Then we're gonna be doing the ACC plus Notre Dame. We're going to package them together Wednesday. And then we're going to have Thursday, Big Ten, Friday, SEC, and Saturday is going to be Heisman Trophy College Football Playoff predictions. And that'll be it. And they'll all be like 5-minute quick episodes. But yeah. Harrison, we had a YouTube friend who interviewed us, actually, Yost Malone, great baseball channel, who I'm not kidding. Not capping at all. Actually had a sign. Can you sign my jersey? Like Lorenzo Cain? And Locaine did it. Locaine's awesome. Hope he's happy in retirement. And of the 5 of you watching, how's everyone doing? Let us know where you're chatting from. We are here in our state-of-the-art studios in Philadelphia. You're not losing. Okay, so Yellow Jacket. So see, Yellow Jacket Seminole CJ. I think that's a little high. 8-4, 9-3. I'll just tell you, I'm gonna have them a little lower. But that's just me. I could see him being better. I'm not big on recruiting. When I'm a very casual college football fan. But I know enough based on how good teams were the year before, and I know a little bit about recruiting, but I'm not huge on that. I just how were they the year before, and who did they lose, and who's on their schedule this year. That's kind of what I go by. But you're not losing to Duquesne. We all know that. Jacksonville State, whatever. I'd like to see Alabama Jackson State in the future. That would be fun. Deion and Saban, because Deion said that he wants to do it. Which I wouldn't be saying that. I'm going to put my Orioles cap back on. Since I did buy this in Baltimore. Oh, man. But yeah, everyone, next weekend we're going to be doing MLB. And the weekend after, Harrison, so I watch both about equally, but when it comes to knowing who's on what team, I would say I could probably name the top 2 wide receivers on every NFL team. In like a defense, I could name like 5 players on every NFL team at the least. I mean, I could name you the whole Packers starting lineup. Yes, big hit. Baltimore's up 5-2 now. Harrison, I get you. Yeah, I'm like casual when it comes to recruiting on college football, but when it comes to just like watching and being a fan, I'm pretty big. I'm actually probably going to be wearing this t-shirt for the backyard brawl. It'll be a similar fit, except I'll probably have a WVU hat or my West Virginia Mountaineer coonskin cap that I do have. No, I'm not going to use like my little fake gum thing I have. That's part of the set for the West Virginia Mountaineer, who, for anyone who doesn't know, shoots like little discs that put smoke into the air. After every touchdown, he has like a rifle or whatever, I don't know, but it doesn't actually shoot stuff at all. LSU, Louisville, Boston College, Georgia Tech, Miami, Syracuse, Louisiana, Florida. Man, I think I'm pulling for the O's. Number one, because I love Baltimore. And number two, my actual like old school friend Luis Ordaz, who was in here. Ramon Urias is his cousin. So yeah, Harrison, you're going to that. I don't think we're going to be at any games this year for college football or NFL. O's are up. Oh, I need to update this. So the sling just went out. Oh, how did you hear about that?
Human beings have ears.
I said that's going to be for the backyard rostrum.
Why not use it now? What the heck? No, there's not a rodent on top of his head.
This is what the way I was pointing out, and then I have like the fake gun to go with it and the whole set. And
who scored?
Oh, I don't know exactly who, but I know.
Ooh, 5-2. So this is all in the bottom of the eighth. We're about to go to the top of the ninth. This could end things.
There we go. College football and NFL mixed. I look like a Russian. I look Russian.
In Russia.
There is no mountaineer in Russia. King Pookie Nation Alvarez, I'm guessing your game is over. This one isn't though. Giants win. The New York Football Giants.
As we say in Russia, you not make the college football playoff. The college football playoff makes you.
CJ hates the Buccaneers, considering I guess he's a Chiefs fan, yeah. John Jansen laughing. Okay, so 5-2. And yes, King Pookie Nation Alvarez, I'm wearing this. It's
just one out of the eighth inning, by the way.
The West Virginia Mountaineers mascot cap. Got the little.
That's a kid size, by the way.
I know, but it fits.
Still fits you. Hopefully, they won't get tight on you.
I'm gonna be wearing this just for the pregame show.
Okay.
And then because it does get a little tight.
Sure.
I'm not gonna put it all the way on. I'm just gonna put it on like that. But now I actually have like a ponytail or whatever. Now I have hair. I have long hair. But yeah, Christmas Story. Okay. But yeah, 5-2, bottom of the eighth.
Oh, great video, by the way. Go check out the Toll Road. He went to the Christmas Story Museum in Cleveland, which hopefully we'll be able to check out.
Oh, John! Of course, I think I've heard of Clinton Foster. I think I have. Where's my computer? Here, I'll come up. My tablet's dead, so I can't do much on it.
And who you're referring to here?
I said John.
Right, but you need to show that right there. Clinton Foster. Okay. Remember Bully?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not ringing a bell, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen this guy before. Yeah.
Okay.
I like SEC shorts. They're fun.
That's true. Those are hilarious.
Here, I'm not going to give my. I don't want to spoil the record prediction for WB. I was about to show it, but
it is, I believe, a cashless stadium now. Yes.
Oh yeah, it is cashless.
Which was not an issue for us.
But they do have a thing where you can get a Brewers credit card for the day. Yeah. Okay, I'll just kind of give a little preview. Yellow Jackets and CJ. You said Florida State 8-4.
Well, while you're doing that, as I discuss the greatness of former Orioles Lenny Cicada and John Wackenfuss. Yes, that again, and John Wackenfuss.
I say lower for Florida State, and I say higher for WVU. But you're not too far off with 8-4 on in 7-5.
John Wackenfuss.
If you flip them, you'll be closer. I'll tell you that. If you flip them, you'll be closer.
We're joined by Mr. Alvarez. You've been to a Cubs game. Yes, I think you may have mentioned that. Do you remember when it was and who they played?
Harrison Sawyer. Willie. You have a hole in your pants.
That was another fun thing from our video when we were in Baltimore seeing the Brewers play the Orioles. That was spectacular.
Here, I'm
One of
gonna
the great
I'm gonna
innings
stick
of
the link in.
all time.
Willie just
On our
went
channel.
off. That was a great inning with the Will too.
Yes.
Man, everyone's live tonight. Oh,
CJ, maybe you're crazy, but you can see Wisconsin going 11-1, only loss coming to the Buckeyes unless we slip a game against Michigan State or Purdue. They usually lose at least one game they should win every year.
Watch out for Iowa.
Bush is cashless, John. You're not a fan of cashless payment. It's different. Even tickets are mobile.
Oh, you can
collect
get tickets. You can get tickets
Yeah.
at North Park.
That you can. Oh, Alvarez, they played Miami that day. I get why they're going cashless. One, it is to control the handling of money a lot easier. Two, there is still a bit of a COVID worry, which I get. But I wish they would always give paper tickets for every game you go to. I still think that they should. Even if it's not the thing that you use to get in the stadium, you can still use the app and use the QR code to get in. But just to have the evidence via the ticket that you were there, I think is so special. So special. So I'm with you there. And we've not been to Wrigley since 2013, I believe it was, when you were 3.5. And the fans there were outstanding, man. Both of us. It was a Monday night game, so with a night crowd, you sometimes have a little bit of drinking, but the fans were great. Fans were great. So that was so awesome. Oh, you got a box of tickets. How many games would that include?
I have bins of programs from Brewers games.
Yeah.
I have just bins and bins of little Brewers programs from all these games. It's awesome.
I think I just channeled the Philly Sports Guy on YouTube, on TikTok and Instagram with how I went, yeah!
I love Philly Sports Guy.
He's cool. He's a guy who gets dressed up in team colors for all the different Philly sports teams and just talks them up. So much fun. Pretends, I think, that he is that he's mean to the other teams, but in reality, he actually treats them, the other team's fans, with great respect because he knows. He gets it. He gets it. Harrison Sawyer. Tropicana is cash free, except for vendors who walk around, which I think makes sense too. Yes, subscribe to each other in the chat. 2019, we were blowing out and shutting everybody out. Literally, but we slipped up to Illinois, and Ohio State. Before that Illinois loss, we had not trailed. That year was so frustrating. They had the best defense in college football until that stupid Illinois game. And then Ohio State showed off what they really had. I mean, but it proves you cannot be a championship quality football team, even in college football, without a quarterback. And the Badgers have had, in the last 60 years, one quarterback who's All-American caliber, Russell Wilson. They had him for a year. 1962, this is the Badgers Radio Network guy and me coming out, and the sports historian. They had a guy named Ron Vanderkellen, who was All-American caliber. And that year, with a great quarterback and a great defense, they came within a twist of a punt blocker's body on the final play of the Rose Bowl from winning the national title. That's the only time they've ever smelled a national championship. You got to have a quarterback. You have to have a top-flight quarterback if you want to win it all. And I think Badgers fans are getting tired of, we've been to Rose Bowls here and there. We're winning 9 games, 10 games here and there. And we're good, but we're not good enough to really contend for the big stuff.
Nick, I text anonymous phone. My tablet's dead. I'll go up there. If you text that, I'll go up there. Nick, whenever before I have my tablet, I use my mom's phone in between tablets. And now Nick will just, when I'm over at Nick's house, he'll text my mom, Can Anthony stay longer?
CJ. Just like when Miami was overlooking Pitt, they were waiting for Clemson in the ACC championship game. Lost to a 4-7 Pitt team, and they lost their last 4 games, including LSU, in 2018. Boom.
Also, I put a poll in. What is everyone like watching? Sports, travel, food, all the above. I'm all of the above. I mean, I like all that stuff.
Yeah. We're in a sports audience right now, which is
True.
awesome. But we have all of those audiences.
We have that. That's what. Nick, go up. I'm going up, Nick. I'm going up.
Uh-oh.
Daddy can take care of it.
I got you.
Nick, I got you.
As we are heading towards the ninth inning of this 5-2 Orioles-Red Sox game, the Orioles are up 5-2. Until this year, that would have been a very surprising result because of how strong the Red Sox have been and how pathetic the Orioles have been. But the Orioles have figured things out. I mean, we saw them in our game when we went to see the Brewers play in Baltimore. That's an improved Baltimore team. By far an improved Baltimore team. And the fact that they're now in playoff contention meant that those wins the Brewers had over the Orioles, they're quality wins. I can't think of the last time I have ever said that a win over the Orioles is a quality win. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you so much. I also love any team where the ninth inning reliever, where the closer, wears number 74. I love it. John, you mentioned it. Baltimore taking 2 out of 3 in St. Louis earlier this year. They improved. They have improved. The other cool thing about Camden Yards, among a million things, is the unusual outfield dimensions. They have a very deep left field, which means it becomes more of a speed game because you can hit doubles, you can hit triples into that area, and it changes around the offense, which I love. I mean, I don't mind home runs. I love home runs, but you got to be able to vary it. And I think right now baseball is a sport where it's walks, strikeouts, and home runs, and that's pretty much 90% of what the offense is, or I should say 60%, because you still have singles, a lot of singles, but you don't have very many doubles or triples. Harrison saying you've seen Baltimore twice this year in person. Opening day, the Rays won barely, and then the other time Baltimore won in extras. Definitely more fearful this year. Amen. And CJ, 2017, you were hoping Wisconsin would have beaten Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, but we're glad to take care of Miami in the Orange Bowl. Do we have a deep shot? We have a deep shot to left center field, and Sling just goes out on us. Ain't that the way it's been tonight? Ain't that the way it's been? I think we're going to have to update the score as we fix our Sling again. Just annoying. Yep, that's a home run. Bogarts, and it's 5-3. So we'll take care of that real quick here for you. So do the fast edits. Oh, that was a beautiful textbook swing. Cut that lead to a 5-3 Orioles advantage. Still no outs. The tying run now on deck for Boston. You still have a good crowd, even with it being 10:30 at night or so. Still have a good crowd with a lot of kids inside this historic stadium for Little League. Love it. Harrison. Remember watching them in person years ago against the Rays, and they were normally all blowouts. Amen. I mean, you could tell that they weren't even prepared for Baltimore to be a contending team. They were selling $4 seats all year at Camden Yards for Major League Baseball. $4 seats. I think part of that was the 30th anniversary of the stadium, so they wanted to have some back to the future kind of prices. $4. Yes. Please, Boston, help out the Rays and the wild card push Baltimore back. I don't blame you. But Boston's got work to do. Still down 2. Nobody on base. But no outs yet, so got a shot. Yeah, but getting back to the Wisconsin Badgers, they came out of nowhere in the 1990s, and with a kind of football based on whom they could recruit at the time. Strike out for Bautista, one down, with who Wisconsin could recruit at the time. It was about offensive linemen, it was about running backs, and about defense. Run the ball, ground and pound, play good defense, you can win. They won them Rose Bowls. They did a great job. But you can't contend for the big one without a quarterback there. CJ, the most delusional fan bases, Miami, Tennessee, Texas, Florida. I could see the first three. Florida's had a little more success, but I see where you're going with it. And I also think Notre Dame, because Notre Dame thinks they can contend for championships doing what they're doing. I find it ridiculously crazy that the state of college football is what it is. 2 outs on a ground ball by Martinez, and now they can clinch it with a win here on this 3rd out. But Notre Dame can simultaneously be one of the top 5 programs in college football and be completely irrelevant in the chase for the national championship. That's not as much of a statement about Notre Dame as it is the state of college football. But if Notre Dame thinks they can win a national title, the way things are now, forget it. Forget it. The sport has to dramatically change for that to happen. We got our 3rd out on a high throw, but first baseman was able to get his foot on the bag before the Red Sox could cross the bag. And the fireworks are going off in center field for the Baltimore Orioles, who have defeated the Boston Red Sox 5-3. Baltimore, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and a bunch of guys enjoying the post-game fireworks show. Boston, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and a sad locker room. A sad locker room. Harrison, the Rays' 25th anniversary coming up next year. Curious to see what you are going to do to get fans there. I guarantee you, you're going to have some 1998 pricing among it. CJ, Miami was wrong for having Cristobal while Diaz was still coach. Plus, they shouldn't have fired Diaz. Miami thinks they're going 15-0 for the next 20 years.
I'm back.
And
sorry it took me so long.
Yeah, Notre Dame ranked number 5. That's extremely high. That's too high. I'm not saying that they're ranked number 5 in terms of the national polls. I'm saying that in a long-term sense, they're typically a top 5 program because they make the playoffs so much.
All right, so I apologize for being gone for so long. It's all I can say is that Nick was just blessed with an opportunity, and I'm really happy for him. I can't tell anyone anything.
Okay.
But yeah.
Here's the only thing I'll ask: Will they be popping Sprecher sodas?
No.
Okay. Nothing to do with Sprecher sodas. Best craft soda I've ever had, by the way. Have the maple root beer. I've had it on some of our lives. Ridiculous.
He told me to get back to the stream.
Understood.
He almost yelled. It was close to yelling at me. He's like, "Get back to the stream." I'm like, "Bro, I'm just..."
They will probably then be opening the Spotted Cow.
All right.
Spotted Cow.
Nick, I will tell him.
Okay, I appreciate that. And Harrison. This year they've done a lot of retro giveaway days. You can expect that next year too. Had a Devil Rays lunchbox and cooler, a basketball jersey for the D-Rays.
Good, Nick. You already have the maple root beer.
And how was it, my friend? How was it? Oh, man.
Okay, awesome stream.
Thank you.
Today, everyone.
Yes.
All
of you, thank you for joining us. This was a blast.
Next week we'll be back.
Yep. We're planning on Brewers Cubs.
Yes, and maybe we'll kind of mix in fantasy football. We're going to try to figure everything out.
Let's have a fantasy football draft during the middle of a Brewers Cubs
game. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
College football's coming back next weekend with Nebraska, Northwestern. We won't be streaming that, but our friends over at StatSheet Sports will, and Chicago Sports Network. So go check their stream out. Summer's ending too quick.
By
Can't
far.
believe it.
By far.
That's a triple for Detroit. Nice.
You're in school
Soon.
in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're one of the latest to go to school.
Brett Phillips!
Yes. Amen. Amen.
I love Brett Phillips.
Yeah, but Indy's like Oklahoma, they get blown out in the playoffs. That's why I say they're top 5 in the nation in terms of being an overall program and simultaneously completely irrelevant. They made the national championship. Oklahoma's bound to make the national title game after 4 tries. Lost to Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. And then lost to Clemson and Alabama. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. We will be back next weekend.
Yep.
College football predictions coming this week on the Nick and Anthony podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, if he is still live, let me check if he still is. Hold on.
Phillips DFA by Baltimore. Wow.
Everyone, go over to Ballard Sports Media Stream. I'm going to drop his link right now in the chat, and let's give him the Sorgy Swarm.
Sorgy swarm him.
He got in his 20s, trying to get to 1,000 subs. I'm going to drop the link to his stream in here, and he is an awesome guy in his 20s, and yeah.
What?
Oh, he's going to the Bananas. Brett Phillips is for sure going to the Bananas.
Dodger Stadium only has a 95-foot center field.
Yeah,
that's pathetic.
They renovated the stadium.
I know they renovated it, but 395? And you wonder why so many teams just play home run and walk ball, and that's it.
All right, here we go.
It destroys the offense.
Everyone, we're about to finish. Everyone, click the link to Ballard Sports Media and just put in Sorgy Swarm. Here, I'm going to put in BSN. Everyone over there, go. As we are out.
Hey, thank you, everyone. So long from
Sorgy Sports Studios in Philadelphia.